All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Exposing Powerful Lies. We're sitting here bringing in the new year. Got these
Let's go.
shades on. Henley, why we got these ridiculous shades on, dude?
Because the future's so bright, man.
It's so bright, dude.
Let's go. Happy New Year. Let's go.
Let's do it, y'all. Welcome to Exposing Powerful Lies. We're here. We've been talking about doing this stream for a couple of weeks now. You approached me about doing this, and I'm like, shit, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. So we set up a bunch of stuff we're gonna watch. We got some call-ins coming in today. We just wanted to kick this new year off the right way, kind of celebrate what's been going on this last year. It's been a big year for us, man. It's been a big year for a lot of people, but especially.
It's been a great year. It's been a great year and a tough year. I guess that's how life goes. But I think 2023 is going to be a special year. No, for real though, got to have hope and got to keep living. And this has been a great year because, you're old school, you're OG, but I got my channel up and running, and I'm so thankful for everybody, for you especially, homeboy, because you helped me with this a lot, and it's been so much fun. And I wouldn't rather be with anybody else on this New Year's Eve. So I'm happy to see everybody here and everybody in the chat, all our homeboys, and this is gonna be fun.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, you just started your channel this year, and I started really taking this channel a little bit more seriously this year. And we could not have gained the amount of subs. We both hit over 1,000 this year, and we could not have done it without the help of some of our bigger homies in the YouTube sphere. People like Jay Dyer and David Patrick Harry and Andy and all the folks over at the Crucible. So wanted to give a big shout out to all of them and say thank you so much for all the help through the looking glasses. Those were, no small part in the way that our channel has grown over the last few months. And you know what I mean? So definitely wanted to give all the love and appreciation to those guys. And made by Jim Bob as well. He him coming on my channel, that was one of my best episodes, I think, honestly. And I sent out the call-in links, so maybe later on we're going to take a few phone calls and get some of our friends to call in, celebrate the new year with us, and wish y'all happy new year, and maybe watch some Cringe with us.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And yes, definitely shouts out to JD, Jay Dyer over at Jay's Analysis, to Jamie, to beautiful Tristana, to Tristan, to Coteezy, our homeboy DPH, Cotel, and to all of our friends here, to Rachel, Based Homeschool Mama. And one thing that's cool, this may sound, I don't know, cliche or something, but we've friendships develop in these circles, and the circles become tight. And I'm very thankful for all of the good friends, all the Kangs out there. Shouts out to Jethro, to Slowboy Whiteboard, to Kristen, to TGF, the Green Feathers, to Blocksky, to Mixky, Tech Noir Graphics. Hope you get well soon, homeboy. To Crispy, to Maddie Kutsky, the real Cooter Brown, to all of our friends out there. So
that's right. Yeah, we've really
Nate. Shouts out to Nate. I don't want to forget Nate.
That's right, Nate. Yeah, the circle has really coalesced this year, pretty hardcore, and we made a lot of really close friends. And people always joke around about fake internet friends, but we've made a lot of real friends, in this last year, and it makes doing this a whole lot more fun. All the people, especially like you said, Rachel, and all those people are. We love you guys. We love you guys, and we look forward to the next year of putting out content and having fun, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's funny because the internet allows you to talk pretty much all day, every day with your friends, which is crazy. And shouts out especially to Jethro, who on my long road trip back from down south, about 1,000 miles, I got to meet up with my homeboy Jethro.
When you told me about that, I go, I know they went to McDonald's. You told me, I had dinner with Jethro. I'm like, in my head, I knew it was McDonald's, and then he posted that picture, and I'm like, called it.
Of course, man. Live in the drive-thru. Yeah, of course we went to McD's, and I got a McD's Mac meal. But for real though, it is crazy. It's crazy how Providence allows you to coalesce in this place, and it's really Jay. I mean, the channel's been going so long, and there's so many people, and you make friends. It allows you to make friends. So it's, I don't know, it's wild.
Yeah,
so
we all met through JD. That's where all of us, me, you, Rachel, Slowboy, Crispy, David, OK, Jethro. I mean, literally 90% of the chat in here right now. Yep. We all met each other through JD, and we always say, this is the house JD built, and we mean it, man. Without Jay sort of paving the way, things would not be the way they is now. And especially even in my own personal life, just coming to Orthodoxy this last year, I've really, I was baptized this past year, and man, I mean, just that alone, put all the YouTube stuff aside, that is something I'm very grateful for, and will always be grateful to JD and our homie Tristan. I never mentioned Tristan. Big shout out to Tristan over at Primal Edge Health, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Tristan, who is always been awesome. And it's funny because there's so many talented people out there. And I mean, for instance, our own Based Homeschool Mama, who made her debut with us on your channel, of course. And then next step was Tuck Carlson on actual Boomer TV, and she
would have never got there without Exposing Powerful Lies. I introduced her to the whole world. Everybody knows that.
That's right. This was the best-selling author, Amazon top seller, expert, Rachel Wilson. So that is pretty cool. Shouts out to Andy BPF,
That's
who
right.
has been a great friend to both of us, has helped us, a lot. So,
and big shout out to Nick at the Green Feathers. Got his new career he started working on this year, man. It's been a pretty huge change in his life as well. So big shout out to you, Nick. And we did that HP Lovecraft stream. That was one of my favorite streams we ever did. Was that one with the Green Feathers, man?
Yeah, TGF, hardworking man, talented, family man. So shouts out to you. You've been a good friend.
Absolutely. And shit. So you sent me a few of these videos. I kind of want to pull them up, but I'm not sure what to start with.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to be great. They're going to be like extra, classic internet cringe. So
Yes.
I think you should start with one of the last ones I sent you, which is the two old people in the band. Probably everybody's seen this one, but they make some pretty good tunes.
Which was that? Jesus Is My Friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. Oh, Andy says, wait, I'm coming. All right, yeah. We gotta get Andy up in here to watch the cringe. And I have also extended the invite to our good friend the Posh Redneck, who has actually never been on this channel. So it's kind of an odd thing to invite somebody for their first time as a party stream. But I mean, I already feel like I know Posh a little bit from from Jim Bob's streams and stuff. I've been seeing him this year. Really is the introduction of Posh, as far as I know, coming onto the YouTube scene, and he's done a great job debating some slow boys like He Who Will Not Be Named, and just totally demolishing him in debate. And that's another thing about this year, man. It's the Crucible, dude. The Crucible has really come on the scene this year and blew up. I mean, they really blew up. They're doing good stuff, and that's been a lot of entertaining debates this year from the Crucible, man.
Yeah, hardworking people over there. I mean, just look, like, Primetime 99 was on the stream early, right?
Yeah.
And then blew up. That's because of the Crucible, of course.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of debates, a lot of amazing content. I mean, all of the, everyone continues to kill it, and it's wild that we're going into another year and that we're going to be 3 years post the big events.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how like time keeps on slipping away from that, and how people in the world have, like, in my view, at least in my life, like just completely have forgotten about everything that happened, especially in the
you're talking about Koof?
Koof and the worldwide burning. And
the fires?
Yeah, the fires, the riots, the entire world, every city, just total dystopia.
Right.
And how people have remember all the stuff, like the people on the highways pulling people out of like just everything. And it's crazy.
When that happened, when those riots went down, somebody showed up. One of my coworkers showed up with a shotgun on his lap, driving up to work.
Yeah.
Yo, we got our first caller. Welcome to Posh Redneck. Hello, Posh.
Hello.
Oh yeah, dude.
Welcome. We also have another caller. Let me bring him in real quick.
Shouts out to Posh Redneck. Long time fan, if you can call it that. And I love your language expertise. So
thank you so much.
All right, so we got another caller coming in. Our good friend Chase Hager. Everybody say hello to Chase Hager. Hi, Chase. How's it going? It's a little quiet today.
I don't know if you guys know this. So, by the way, I'm pretty bloody drunk. So this is to be kept in mind. And if you kick me off at any particular moment, I won't be complaining.
Posh. Are you drunk, Posh?
If you want to practice kicking people out, there's your.
We already got a little bit of timeout practice.
I have the best joke on planet Earth for you, Posh. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. How many Serbian geniuses does it take to screw in a light bulb?
It takes Tesla to invent alternating current, so you don't have to rely on bloody Edison.
No, you're wrong, because he worked for Edison, and Edison was an Englishman, far superior to the Serbian stock.
Of course. And if you look,
That's a hot take, Andy.
God damn it! I haven't got my usual poker face. But but if you look up Edison, he is the quintessential Englishman. Meanwhile, which means that someone you'd shoot on sight, but apparently.
Oh my god!
I will reiterate the idea. You can shoot me out.
I got my
at any
finger
point.
hovering over the ban button. No, I'm just joking.
All right. I got a Polish joke. This is from Norm Macdonald. So the Polish nation, the proud Polish nation, has their own NASA. Like, did you guys hear about this?
Wait, did he say the proud Polish nation?
Yes,
did he say that?
The proud
I've heard of Poland, but haven't heard of the proud Polish
yeah, the proud
nation.
part.
the PPN, the proud Polish nation. They decided to form their own NASA, and where everybody's going to the moon, but they said they're going to go to the sun. And in the press conference, they asked them, how are you going to land on the sun? And they said, well, we solved it. We're gonna go at night.
There you go.
Now, those were the same people that made the helicopter ejection seat, right?
That's right. The screen door on the submarine.
I am going to pull up
the solar powered flashlight.
No, you guys joke, but the person who did invent the ejection seat on the helicopter did try to commit suicide after being mocked. Unfortunately, he jumped out of the basement window.
Tragic accident.
All right, where's the cringe, Jerry?
Oh, I'm pulling it up.
Okay,
right
hang on. Before you bring up the cringe, the cringe. So I'm wearing my rattiest sweatshirt possible, my Dave & Buster's. Now, you may not know this, but where I'm at, Dave & Buster's is like an adult Chuck E. Cheese. Right?
Yes.
So I saw the sweatshirt, and I didn't even want the fucking thing. Right? I didn't want the fucking sweat, but I saw it. So, obviously I was going to get it. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty confident I spent 25 times what the sweatshirt is worth going out and winning the fucking tickets to get the sweatshirt. You know, because that's how it goes.
Which
right?
You playing skee ball? Which one?
Yeah, I think I was doing the basketball thing. Right. Okay. So anyway, so I get the sweatshirt. I'm really proud of myself, right, for the fact that I won the sweatshirt by spending far, far more than the sweatshirt was worth.
Right.
And the wife jacked it. She stole it from me, Jerry.
That's what they do.
She's been wearing it and tonight, this New Year's, I reclaimed the Dave & Buster's.
So you probably smell like
sweatshirt.
Perfume then? You probably sitting there reeking of like some girly ass perfume.
Jerry, don't ruin my win, Jerry.
not that you don't normally
why
smell
you
like
gotta
a
wreck
woman.
it? Why you gotta wreck it for me, man? Just bring on the fucking cringe, Jerry.
I mean, I know that smelling like a woman's kind of like your trademark. That's kind of like your thing.
This guy, Pod. Can you believe this?
I have never seen any of this stuff. This is sent in by our homie, the Bazed Analyzer. If it's bad, you just judge him, all right?
Terrible.
You just blame this guy right here. This one's called Jesus is My Friend.
There needs to be a Crucible sweatshirt and a Little Ewok sweatshirt and a JD sweatshirt.
That's true. Yeah, no, I would rock some Crucible merch. Didn't you make like a mug or something this year, Andy? I thought you made some sort of Crucible.
I have a whole merch store. I just haven't launched it yet.
Okay.
Look at his mug. Who would buy that?
That's true. That's a good point, Posh. I must say that's fair enough. And you over in Serbia, you couldn't afford to buy it anyway, right?
I want a Crucible sticker, like a bumper sticker, so I can put it next to my Coexist bumper sticker.
Yeah. All right, so this is going to be typical Protestant garbage. I'm guessing just by the look, and you see the menorah over here. So maybe it's one of the Israel's our greatest ally churches.
Oh, not this! No, no! Jesus is a friend of mine. Perfect.
Stop.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. He taught me how to live my life as it should be. He taught me how to turn my cheek when people laugh at me. I've had friends before, and I can tell you that He's one who will never leave you flat.
Henley, where'd you find this, dude?
Like, I don't know.
You never seen this? You never
I've
seen
never
this by
seen this.
Sonseed? It's perfect. It's great. It's wonderful.
Is this legit? Is
Oh
this
no, it's
serious?
legit. Yeah.
it's
This guy.
classic.
Okay. So when this is done, I'll give you some details because I actually know this story pretty well.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little backstory on this one.
All right, I'll give you some backstory.
Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine.
Like it's Casio
He taught me
ska.
how to pray and how to save my soul.
You said it's Casey Ska?
Yeah, it's a Casio synth ska,
Yes.
like on a weird rug, and like, but they got disco outfits on. I don't. Okay.
Everyone in the chat, if you're wondering what you should be doing right now, put your hand up on the screen if you are suffering from
Are you?
any,
Wait.
ailments.
You're monetized now, aren't you, Jerry?
No. I decided not to monetize. I hit the threshold, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother because the whole super chat thing with YouTube. You gotta pay them a cut, and then you gotta.
That's
you
why
know,
you're moving to Dono Chat, right?
I heard that today. I didn't know if you
Yeah.
wanted to make that announcement. On,
Of course.
on it.
Everyone's
yeah, tell
going on
everybody.
to Dono Chat. How could we not let if I let the stupid Serb use it, I have to let you guys use it. I mean, those are the rules, you know.
You know, Andy, if you would have told me that you were going to be this racist when you came on, I would have brought you on in the beginning of the show.
Wait a second.
know?
Serbs are not a race. That would be giving them way too much credit. There's some type of Balkanized ethnicity that nobody's really ever heard of. You know, we kind of let them on because we're nice.
No. You have to understand. We Serbs, all of humanity is in one way or another Serbs, but we are the Serbs, and then you've got the refuse. You know, it's the rest of. I kid you not. Almost everyone, if you probably haven't studied this, but almost every single nation in the world has some type of theory how they are the first nation in the world.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, we have some type of proof of that. You know, near my hometown, you have the first archery ring found. So archery ring is that type of. Firstly, it was copper that you pull the string on, and then you press it, and it releases.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest one was found near my home city, and then near Belgrade, you have one of the oldest excavation points in the world. That doesn't mean I believe truly that everyone's a Serb, because Andrew is full proof of not everyone being. You know, he's proof that people can develop into cringe. So I don't want to ascribe Serbianity to him.
Look, I love your history and I support it, in full. But here in America, we were the real first country, and while you had archery, we had guns.
And we had the first McDonald's out of anyone, so I'm pretty sure that puts us pretty much high up above the rest of the world.
If you don't like America, you can get out.
You can get the hell out.
Hang on. EPL.
Andy, we got enough problems, dude.
Hang on.
More problems.
And I'm not gonna. No problem. I'm sending you the Dono chat link to post right now. Pin it.
Yeah, everybody.
Right? And then everybody who donates to Dono chat tonight, it'll all go to Jerry and his channel. I promise.
That's right. And me and Henley are splitting it 50-50. So
it'll actually go to him tomorrow, right? It's like it's the day before payday for everybody.
That's right. So everybody send in all your hard-earned dollars.
And I will read the super chats on the back end. I promise.
Nice. All right. Yeah, everybody use the links in the chat. We got multiple links. We got the Dono chat. We got a bunch from the mods will be posting it. Andy, you're not a mod though, so send it to Rachel so that she can post it in the chat.
Also, Rambo
no. Post
First
it
Blood Part 2 is the greatest archer in the world.
Who is?
There's no greater archer than Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Legolas, dude. Legolas all day.
No, what?
Legolas is not better than Rambo.
Oh yeah,
Rambo.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What the?
Mate, Charlie Sheen in Hot Shots. He shot a chicken into a fellow. So
well, now, Posh, I know that's fresh in your mind because that movie just got there last week. But before we dive into all that, are you really trying to say Legolas would ever beat John J. Rambo
Ye-
in
oh,
a
100%.
Go fight. Oh,
Dude,
come on.
Just that part where he's jumping on the elephant. proves
Legal
his
us.
skills.
Thank you for.
Rambo conquered Afghanistan, man.
What?
Rambo single-handedly conquered Afghanistan, and they thanked the Mujahideen in the credits to the movie. So that's all I got to say.
I mean, honestly, I feel like
They did.
I feel like
I don't know
Billy
about
Graham
you
could
folks.
conquer Afghanistan.
But I'm a huge Tolkien nerd, and
too.
I went. So I was too young to go to see the premieres of the original trilogy.
Really?
But I was. Yes, I'm 28.
I am
so-
too. I saw them all in theater. I was about to ask you how old you are. Yeah, I'm 28 years
Oh,
old.
thank you for joining Andrew in the bashing of my country which was at war in the 90s. So
That's no excuse. That is no excuse to not see.
Hey, by the way,
What?
hey, wait a
Excuse
second, Posh. I don't mean to cut you off. Hey, which country did you lose to? I'm just curious. What was that country's name?
Please look up the war in the 90s because it's literally the entire Western world against my country. so
You lost to Blue Helmet NATO people, Posh. Come on.
Blue Helmet
Helmets.
Native.
Who loses to Blue Helmet?
Go to Wikipedia, look at the listing of all the countries that were involved, and we have the Bazed Greeks who did not want to participate, and we are celebrating still officers who got fired because they refused to do so because we are Orthodox brothers. Unlike a certain country with 50 pentagrams, on their flag.
Now, look, we conquered Grenada. All right, so and Panama. Noriega
I did forget about those great
so we went and
victories.
conquered it.
Well, exactly, and we're responsible for all
did
the
forget
drugs
about
in our
those.
own country. That's
That's
a pretty good achievement.
And they,
you know?
and they got it out of
Fair
the
enough.
house by playing Skid Row.
You're also responsible for most of the drugs in my
Serbia.
country, so that's an
America.
achievement.
Most of the drug consumption in all the world. So
Yes, based and red pill. All sorts of types of pilled and not pilled but powdered and
that's right. So don't say we're not good at nothing because we're good at some things.
right.
Anyways, Jesus is a friend of mine.
Yeah, we got to finish this so I can give you the
my God
lore.
and still play rock and roll. The music may sound different, but the message is the same. It's just an instrument to praise his name.
Okay.
Jesus is a friend of mine.
I like the little guitar. I think the guitar dancing ties the video together.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a friend of mine.
I'm getting like Talking Heads vibes off this.
Well, check that out.
It's way better than Talking Heads. Listen to that bass solo. Come on, Posh.
Slap it, bro.
Could you really accordion that up? You could not. No way.
That was a sweet Casio.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a
That guy's shredding on that left ball.
Once I tried to run and hide. But
What was
Jesus came
Bob
and found
Seger
me
doing in the
and pushed me
backup
down
singer?
inside. He is like a mountie. He always gets his man, and he'll zap you any way he can.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus is a friend of mine.
Yeah, that's Bob Seger.
Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. He loves me when I'm right. He loves me when I'm wrong. He loves me when I waste my time by writing silly songs. He loves me when
Okay.
I'm quiet and I have nothing to say. He'll love me when I'm perfect if I ever get that way.
Oh, I thought he was going for the "He'll love me if I'm gay."
I did too.
That's where I thought he
Yeah.
was taking it.
Yeah.
Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend. I have a friend in Jesus.
Hang on, my favorite part's coming up.
Jesus is my friend.
Favorite part
Jesus is a friend. I
right
have a
now.
friend in Jesus.
Whoa.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is a friend.
Where is it? Come on. There it is.
That's terrific, Sal.
Ah,
Thank you
when
very
it
much.
ends.
Oh, dude, who's this guy?
That's terrific, pal. Great job.
Okay,
That was
so-
the best
so-
music we've had all year.
So this was an obscure video that nobody had ever heard of. And a few years ago, I don't remember, I want to say maybe 2018, something in there. suddenly somebody posted it and was making fun of it. So it went viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they actually went and found that guy who
Mm-hmm.
sang that song. And he's an old man now, right? Because this was
Right.
done in like, I don't know, the 70s or whatever. And he went on tour for like 3 years, just place to place with his keyboard singing Jesus is a Friend of Mine to these huge audiences, right? So, I mean, it worked out for him in the end. You can find videos of this old man singing Jesus is a Friend of Mine right now to this day.
And
So
that's
that's
Isn't
a
that,
one-hit
isn't
wonder.
that
right
proof that Jesus is his friend? That he
Well-
can make a living out of that?
Well, he's
that
like
allowed
his
him.
friend.
look,
to,
he's like a Mountie, and he always gets his man.
Yeah,
Okay?
that-
You heard the song. Okay?
That allowed him to kick his vicious crystal meth habit and open for Pastor Randy Balls on the worldwide Gravedigger tour.
Yes.
So,
that's right. Yeah, maybe we could show that later on our good friend Pastor Randy Balls.
yeah, we
down at
should.
the,
for sure.
Oh man, well now I gotta put the cringe glasses on, so that way Andy's the only one.
I
without
was
shades.
I was too drunk to remember that I was supposed to appear with these.
Oh, really? Hey, what's the percentage in that Serbian beer? Is it 1%? Is it made for toddlers?
Man.
The one I tend to drink on stream is 4.7, but I drank a lot of it since 8 for me, which would have been for you EST people 2 p.m. And I was also drinking wine, so it's
See, I thought that
very,
Steel
very fun.
Reserve. I thought Steel Reserve would have gotten to your country by now, and you would have had 5.9 for 4.49. Posh. I thought for sure that the Steel Reserve would have hit by now.
For Loco.
That's right. That's right.
Posh is like, "What are you talking about, stupid?"
I
fuck?"
have absolutely
this-
no idea.
This is a
It's
classic.
okay. So it's a beer, and it's made for
Hobos.
lower class gentlemen, perhaps
Hobos.
like the one we're watching right now. It's
Right.
associated with. Okay?
It's made for
I'm
That's
hobos.
racist.
I'm just saying. No, that's ridiculous. I'm just saying they had a marketing campaign. That's all I'm saying, Posh.
That's right.
Okay?
Andy, you tell him it's impossible for you to be racist because you have 2 colored television sets, right? So nobody
That's-
can accuse you of being racist.
See, now that is racist. You know, I used to have a noose in the logo. I did. I had a noose in the logo. But
Canceled.
But hang on, but that
Canceled
was because we were going with the imagery from the book, The Crucible. But the
That's
very
too-
one of
that's too
the
smart for
first
me.
debates we had this. It was a black dude who came on, and he's like, "Hey man, what's with the noose?" And I was like, "What's wrong with the noose?" He's like, "I think the noose is sweet, but you know, it's
Like I just
You-
really like
you
history.
know.
Man. I'm just really into history.
And we're all Orthodox, so it depends on how you spell it.
That's a highbrow
That's
literary
right.
reference too.
it's I
Well,
thought
Arthur
so.
Miller.
Yeah, because most
Yeah.
people think that they were burned in the play, and they weren't. They were hanged.
It's true.
That's
they
right.
were.
That's right. So what is this, Henley? What are we
All
about
right,
to watch?
so this is like vaporwave era, like weird, trippy, like I don't know. It's just weird. It's just Shaq.
So it's more music.
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous here.
His is good.
Others you can spray. What could be next?
Here we go.
Skin.
Here we go. What's
I
up?
nurture my skin. Shh. No, tell everyone. Do the gold bond tingle. I
Do the
nurture my
gold
skin.
bond tingle.
Foot powder spray. I nurture my skin. Gold bond. No, tell everyone. I get supple.
I mean, that's
I
it.
nurture my skin. Stay cool with the gold bond.
Wait, what?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, do the
Is
gold
this
bond
like
tingle.
the YouTube poops? Because I love YouTube poops.
What is that?
YTPs, right? YouTube poops. It's a type of it's basically a meme where you over-edit certain videos, and most of it, me explaining it would ruin it, but
Mhm.
you over-edit.
You're
It's
explaining
the basic
anything
point.
ruins it, Posh.
Well, thank you, because I'm accurate, unlike certain people. So I think this is in the spirit of that. It's just over editing, and it's supposed to be so stupid you can't really question it. So
Yeah.
it's a certain type, like someone was mentioning a Norm Macdonald joke. Like the entire idea is to make it so stupid that until a certain point, a stupid joke is just going to drop, right? It's not going to land in any way, shape, or form. You have to break through a certain barrier to make it funny.
Right.
And YouTube poops is the type that you're trying to do.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like it's so dumb that it becomes unfunny, but then long enough it becomes funny.
Yes, exactly that.
I don't appreciate.
All I know is like I found this like on 2012 Tumblr, like hipster runoff era. That's where I remember finding it.
Yeah,
because I had a Tumblr. That's right. Yeah, and it was all pictures and synthesizers.
I share a lot of embarrassing facts about myself as well. So
even in the slightest, I've counted at least 17 racisms so far. I don't approve.
Well, keep track because I'm curious to see if you're going to be able to count this.
Yeah, well, why are you whitening his nose? Are you doing that on purpose, Jerry? Is that?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Andy.
Man up, foot I get supple. No. Man up, I nurture my skin. Man up, no. Stay cool. Man up, I nurture my skin. Man up, no.
Whoa, that's trippy, man.
Dear God.
Jason Scholl. Jason, ridiculous. You
right.
Son of a bitch, Jason.
Man, dude,
get it together.
I'm really scared to find to see the rest of these clips that you sent me, Henley. I did not expect anything like that.
You want to play a serious one? You want to play a serious one? The Jesse.
All right, which one? Which Jesse one?
That's the Jesse. Hi, this is Governor Jesse Ventura. That clip. It's like 6 minutes.
Well, we got two of them. We got the American Sniper one, then we got the other one.
The first one I sent you was just like the clip of him talking about his friend AJ.
Right.
But yeah, play that one first. I mean, it's just nothing, but
the Mersh one.
Oh yeah, play the Mersh one.
All right, I might have to pull that up. Hang on, let me check. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I don't think I pulled that one up for some reason. So give me a second, y'all.
It's the prank call. It's a good prank call.
Kind of upset with you a little bit there, Posh. I feel like you spent your entire life savings on those sunglasses, and that was not the intention of all the donations that came into you, Posh. Was for you to, it was supposed to be for you to buy a goat pen to live in, not for you to buy those fucking shades. What's going on here, man?
Well, joke's on you. These are just plastic, and they do not function as glasses. I can tell you right now. These do not function as glasses.
Can you see through those?
Yes, I can, and my brain is starting to hurt. Well, and unlike Andrew, I do have a brain that can hurt. So I will bear with it while I can, and then I will be making pauses with it.
The Irish would declare war on you if the English would give us permission.
If you could read and
we could read
a declaration of war.
Henley, is this the thing you want me to play?
Is this the Mersh? Is this the I don't even know. I just like spammed a bunch of random shit.
It says let me look. Do you see that? It says Posh needs a joint hanging out of his mouth.
No. That's not about me smoking weed because I do not do such things.
Same.
That's for Western homosexuals.
You talk about the devil's lettuce?
Mm-hmm.
No, because
you don't smoke bubonic chronic in the moonlight.
No. I do plenty damage to my nervous system with alcohol. So, but they mean because of the entire, the Thug Life edit where these things, roll around and then land on a person's face.
And the joint. Yeah.
With that, yes, you get the joint. That was the point. I hope no one thinks I am a hippie, because I am not.
Oh, I was under the assumption that you were, so I'm glad you cleared that up for us, bro. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
for clearing it up further.
All right, I got top 5 infomercials of all time. I'm sure these will be something. I'm sure these will be a video.
I just searched like copyright free cringe or something, and this is what came up. It's probably not very good.
Well, we will see.
Please welcome Mary Ellen.
Oh, and before we go on, everybody, not only can you super chat, you should definitely go and subscribe to our clips channel ran by our friend SLOWBOY Whiteboard, EPL Clips, and send in your cringe. If you want to see us watch something, if you got a funny video you want to show us, you can send it to me via Instagram at Exposing Powerful Lies. So yeah, or just tell me what to search in the chats.
Also real quick, Anna says, how did Americans come up with spray cheese? I mean, that's a great innovation. So, like, that's like spray paint, and then
it's incredibly generous to call it cheese, but okay, because Americans tend to have a problem with calling their cheese, and they have to call it cheese product.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Posh.
It's cheese-like substance.
Since we don't live off of goat products and live amongst the goats whose products that we consume, it's no shock to me that you would think you don't have the correct amount of cheese.
You say that like it's a bad thing. What you live amongst the Irish.
Oh,
okay, touche, Posh.
I know that there might be some lust hanging there, but okay, I just compared you to the Welsh, and that's not fair to anyone.
Whoa, guys, I just realized if I highlight a chat, it totally blocks out Andy's face. I should just keep this the whole time. That's perfect. I didn't know it was so easy. Man.
Gonna get picked on all night, you know?
I mean, yeah. Yes.
How do you get the last drop of ketchup out of a bottle?
Well, the way I do it is usually the old.
Do it the Mary Ellen way. Swing it in circular motion and see it forces to the net.
Can you see it? It's all down there.
Yeah. Joe, have you ever rented a professional carpet cleaner?
Everybody knows that in the ghetto. Like, everybody knows that. That's like everybody knows that in the ghetto. That's the way you swing it. You got to swing it to get the ketchup out. That's common. She just stole that.
Well, you were lucky.
You're going to put this right in here?
Whoa. Now let's put in a little one. Come on, let's make a little one.
You know, watching this makes me want to pull up the our rainbow sponge cringe. You remember that?
Yeah, that's classic.
Rachel, send that in, please. Rachel, if you're in the chat, I think that was Rachel who sent that in, the rainbow.
What's your Telegram, Jerry? I
deleted Telegram. I could re-download it super quick. Let me. I'll do that while we're sitting here, and then I'll give you the.
Do not say speak amongst yourselves.
All right, I'll take it.
We know what that will devolve into.
Yeah, Rachel, if you can, send in that rainbow sponge, because I'm sure these guys will get a kick out of that.
I'm essentially blaming Posh for everything that's going wrong right now.
Okay, Joe, turn on that machine and let's go get that stain.
I hope the camera's picking this up.
Turn it off. You're doing absolutely the wrong thing. And then you hook it onto the plant like that. Did you know that you can remove chewing gum from carpeting with WD-40?
I had no idea that Rosie O'Donnell had a second career as a infomercial saleswoman. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, she's hot for that dude, too. She put her hand on him. You saw that?
Yeah, it's those little nonverbal signals.
She's hot because of all the natural insulation she's got.
I'm pretty sure that chick ate Rosie O'Donnell. I'm
pretty sure that the scientific word is blubber. I'm pretty sure that's the word you were looking for.
Okay, I'm going to mix it in right there. How's that?
Eric Hansen, the man who helped invent the big green clean machine.
Don't let the convenient size fool you.
And he has a lab coat, so you should take him seriously. That's a blue lab coat. He's an engineer. He's an engineer.
Bowling ball through here. Oh, shake it. Come on. Shake it. Yeah. Now watch your feet.
Shake it.
Oh. I'd like to introduce you to someone who's very near and dear to Mary Ellen's heart.
Dude, are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Like, I really want to get a vacuum for some reason. I have like a strange impulse to buy vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, that was the Suck and Blow Model 322.
What's a vacuum cleaner?
It's this thing that you do when you want to, like get the dirt out of your house. I know that's like your.
Why would you want to do that?
Floor is made out of dirt.
Well, now hang on.
In
Posh,
America,
it does require electricity, so
That's true.
it's not for you.
Stop mentioning electricity. We gave you Tesla. I keep saying again.
An
As his father.
Englishman named Edison gave us Tesla.
No. I mean Nikola Tesla, whose father was an Orthodox priest.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh yes, very much so. Look it up. It's not difficult. And I
Well,
won't
wait a
get
second. If
into
Posh
that.
says "oh yes," then you know it's true because he said "oh yes." Right?
Well, his accent
Indeed.
makes me think that everything he
Indeed.
says is true. Honestly, like that's just
Of course. This accent was literally invented to be the authoritative accent, which was not something I knew when I was learning it. But
yeah, every time.
nevertheless,
I thought that pervert Ben Franklin invented electricity because he had a kite in the key, right?
oh yes,
Wait,
he
did you say
invented a lot
kite?
of things like
Did you
venereal
just say?
diseases.
Did you say kite or did you say? What did
Andy,
you just
no.
Oh,
Andy,
boy.
What did you
Andy,
just say?
no.
Wait, what did you
No.
just say?
All right, everybody. Andy had to go. I'm sorry. All right, I'll get it. Check this out. All right, our friend Rachel just sent this in.
Rainbow Sponge, created by D. Groening of Posh Impressions, is one of the most versatile.
Wait a minute. Posh, you didn't tell us that.
Yeah.
He's a secret millionaire. He started the Rainbow Sponge Company.
I know this looks older than me, but that's the trick. That's the selling point.
Fair enough, Posh.
Right.
Fascinating art tools ever seen. So relax and enjoy.
Quotes.
Here's
Hang
D.
on, I gotta feed him
You
above the
asked for
quotes.
it. So here goes. Now watch this. I'm sorry, but this is exciting. Look at this color. Oh, I go
You
across my.
ingenuity having fool. How did you come up with this?
Bro, what the heck, bro?
Trigger warning. Okay, this woman gets very excited over these sponges. All right.
Stationary with this, and it's done. And we'll go straight across.
How did you do this, Posh?
Okay, calm down, D.
Calm down, D.
Look at that. Okay. I want to do it all. I squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. Twist, 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 twist. Now
the
I've
casting
got to
call
go
was like-
to this.
What?
We need like a boomer lady who's got like an orgiastic voice,
Mm-hmm.
but like is not crass.
Yeah, I would love to see the classified ad that they took out. for this
How
one.
did you pull this off, Posh? How was this done? How did you make this kind of impression, Posh?
It is. I mean, it took a lot of black market, negotiations, and so, oof.
He had to sell a lot of kidneys. to
You're
get that
welcome,
up
everyone.
front.
You just ends it with oof. It's just- You're terminally online, sir. Stop it.
How fun is that?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, is this fun? How fun that is. Is
That's
this fun?
Fucking
What?
fun.
Is this great
fun,
and
Posh. It
fun
is
or
fun. I
what?
must
Are they
admit,
fun or
your
what?
impressions
It's
are pretty
fun,
fun.
fun, more fun. Oh, is it ever fun? This is it. Look, that is just will knock your socks off. Look at those. I mean, do you see the doodling? Shake, shake, shake. Ink, ink, ink. Wash, wash, wash. Is that enough rainbows for us? Oh, there's so many things I have to clear up. Wow, scrunch it in that. Oh, with the edges. Because I could go on tiling the rest of my life. Pardon the sound. And sometimes I do a zigzag. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Now, hang on. Pause it.
All right, one second.
And now we zigzag. Oh my.
Whoa.
Posh. Where did you come up with the zigzag, Posh? Where did the zigzag come from? How did you come up with the zigzag?
I know I said I have never done drugs. I find it more and more difficult to defend that point as this goes on.
my gosh.
Posh,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
The zigzags really tie it all together, Posh. You
Really
know,
tie the whole art piece. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 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 Oh my gosh.
Now we know where the posh impressions are, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Now it's all
Oh
coming
my
together a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my
my
goodness.
posh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Oh
my
my gosh.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know whether you've seen in malls,
Posh, you
but the
animal.
way the Koreans can write out
You.
names. And
The Koreans.
You animal. How did you press?
Hey, look, don't judge him, all right? All of us have some seedy past, all right? All of us have a lady or two we, don't like to, admit to being with. But, I mean, as far as that goes, like, this woman's not the worst I've ever seen, This is all right.
and here are wiggles. I
Oh, yeah,
love
this is a
to
good part.
wiggle the whole thing. Sometimes I do, a softer wiggle. Here's a wiggle. Just a wiggle across. Wiggles, wiggles, wiggles. I want you to look at all of those wiggles.
Dude.
And then, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Look at that. I mean, can you believe it? Oh, for over the top. I love this paper. I love flow pens. Be all that you can be. Okay, now what do I do with these frames? Oh, what don't I do with those frames? Look at the difference here. It's softer and more subtle. I don't like
Giggity.
subtle that much, but it looks good. Oh, it's just, so much.
Don't hide your
Don't
face,
stare
Posh.
it out.
Do not hide your face. You stare at
Are
this
they
and you own it.
red or what? Look at that. Where can you get a plaid like that? You just can't. Look at that top.
Oh, everybody, I got a message from Jay Dyer. Says, hey, we're not available to call in, but thank you and tell everyone Happy New Year's. So everybody be sure to go and shame Jay Dyer for not coming and celebrating the New Year's with us. So just blow up his
I'm gonna
DMs and
DM him
shame
right
him.
now and give him just
Shame him.
just a little bit of shame.
Yeah, just shame him. That's probably the best idea. And if Jim Bob doesn't come in, do the same for Jim Bob, all right? But no, Jay Dyer, everybody says Happy New Year's. So he's celebrating with us in spirit.
Okay. I'm married to glossy paper. I love glossy. I just
Wow.
love the drop.
I didn't know you could legally get married to glossy paper, but don't ever say that we're not in educational content over here, because you people are learning things, and it's thanks to me, which is exactly why you should send your super chats in. Be sure to do that. I know we got a $20 super chat from our homegirl SLOWBOY whiteboard. Thank you so much, Kristen. Big shout out to you, longtime viewer and regular supporter. And she says, Happy New Year's, Kang. So thank you so much.
We got a super chat from Jason also, who sent $10
Yes.
no message.
No message.
Over to me. So
Nice.
put that in the pot.
I don't
All right.
appreciate the Kangs reference. It sounds a little
We was Kangs, dude.
it sounds a little off color.
Well, when I say
let's
we
put it
was-
that way,
when
right?
I say
the
we
Kangs
was-
Sounds like someone who wouldn't make an entire, marketing scheme around sponges that would make different colors.
Yeah, send in your money, because you know that people watching that infomercial were just like sending their check or money order like
And
constantly.
don't forget to use the Dono chat, because if you do not want to use YouTube, which takes about a third of your entire donation.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing this right now.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort.
Go gadget chill. Go gadget chill. Go gadget chill. Do it, Posh.
We can chill harder, believe it or not. We can. Don't tempt me.
I believe I've done the chilliest that I can.
Posh,
Thank you
Posh,
so
is
much.
this hang on before you play it. Posh, I need you, because this is Posh Impressions. Is this the face you remember? Is this the face that haunts you? Was it perpetually like this in your brain the entire time, Posh? That's my only question, really.
That is between me and my my
Spiritual
expert,
father?
spiritual father, and my psychiatrist. Just kidding, psychiatry is gay.
Yeah, fake and gay for sure.
Yes. Wiggles is that lady's rave name at Burning Man.
Yeah.
She's definitely there. Like Susan Sarandon goes to Burning Man and eats Timothy Leary's ashes. So
Yeah.
that lady's got to be.
Can you pause it for just a second? I'm sorry.
Wiggles is her train hopper name. Wiggles
this
is her hobo name.
This is really important. Brett Doherty
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted you, Andy. I'm sorry. My bad. How about now? Oh, he's still muted. My bad. I don't know how to fix it, man. It's just all right. You're back. Sorry, you were saying.
You should pull up Brett Doherty.
Brett Doherty. Who's Brett Doherty?
Look
He's
at
right
your
there.
chat.
He right there in the chat.
It's so true.
He says, "Someone dono chat Posh so he can upgrade to wooden floors." You know, that's kind of insulting. I don't know if that was sincere or insulting, honestly, bro.
What is this wood you speak of?
Yeah, come on, be polite, all right? They haven't reached the wood.
Which is something this lady asked me.
Well, you have to understand that Posh was born in a manger, and a crib was made for Posh out of driftwood and a submarine steel from the Cold War. So
Yeah.
I have
and
the
you
video
were-
evidence that this is true.
You were born in an empty potato sack, so that's, I don't know how to qualify one against the other. So.
Fabulous. I mean, is this cool or not? I mean, it's just great. I don't know about you, but I love Altoids, especially the new winter cream. Oh, this was one night that I did not sleep. Oh.
She keeps something else in that Altoids tin.
Yeah, that's where she keeps her mollies. That's where
Yeah,
she
her
keeps E-pills.
PCP. She be riding the Big Dipper.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Posh. They called it the Big Dipper, Posh. They called it the Big Dipper, Posh.
That is the only compliment
That's
you'll
what
get
they
all night.
called it, bro.
Whoa.
Yes. I want a shirt. Gasp. Yes. Yes. Woo. Oh.
Bringing back memories, isn't it, Posh?
I was just about to say that. Yeah, this is getting a little spicy in here.
I need to watch some Jordan Peterson videos after this.
That's all right.
Jeez, Posh. Jeez, Posh.
I'm really sorry if this is tempting the chat to lust.
Correction. I will need Jim Bob's, impression of Jordan Peterson to get through this.
That's why I was really hoping he'd call in, because we need a JLP impression tonight. He said he's going to try to call in, so we'll see.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Oh, boy.
Posh. You dog. You dog, Posh.
I want you to experiment. Wow. Ooh.
This is triggering my MK Ultra code word.
Yes.
Yeah, your Manchurian Candidate activation is now.
Yeah. This is wild.
Okay. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Wow. Ooh. Oh. Wow. I've never done that before. Wow.
That was a secret.
On and
She's
on
never
and
done that
on.
before.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. And now that you know how to blaze a rainbow path
Blaze it.
across everything in sight, I want you.
Yeah, how do you do that,
rainbow
Paul?
Man.
sponge anything.
How do you blaze that
isn't
rainbow
moving.
path?
Look at those dark hypnotic eyes.
There's an ointment for that.
But wait, she saves you. She ended it, Posh. She ended it.
Oh, goodness. That was funny in the beginning, and then it became, because you've been stopping it throughout, it helped mitigate the damage a bit, but it became more and more disturbing.
Oh man, Jason Scholl sent in another $10. Thank you so much, Jason. Big shout out to you, brother. Everybody, send in those super chats. We got some more cringe to go through, y'all.
Can I tell you that Jason Scholl is by far one of the biggest pieces of shit in the Crucible channel? Like literally, right? So this guy, he shows up to basically every debate, and all he does is shit on the leftists which I feel, Jason, that's really not fair. You really shouldn't just only shit on the leftist. Occasionally, you should shit on a Serbian.
It does them a favor. For the leftists, it's a favor. And for us, we could probably do better with that than the people who literally burn turf for heating. So I'll say that.
Okay, we have that, and we have alcohol. We can't burn the alcohol, Posh. Okay, you don't want us to go that route, do you? It's the only thing that's kept the Irish from conquering the Serbs. You know it's true.
The irony of the fact that you're half English and that precludes us from having any type of camaraderie is just a tragedy, but
All right, Henley, what is Slam Man? I've heard you bring this up a few times before.
Oh, yeah, this is like the peak of infomercials in the 90s. Like late night. What's the dude's name? Y'all in the chat. What's the guy's name that does the Slam Man?
Watching you, Jason. Watching you. I know.
You'll see. You'll see. This is a great innovation. Check it out.
What the Slam Man workout does for your body and your mind.
It's not the same old movement over and over. Your mind has to think to the right, left, right, left.
You see these psychologists on TV, whatever, they give you a foam bat. Well, get the Slam Man.
It's a wonderful, wonderful piece of equipment because it's fun and it's exciting.
Face into the death.
At last, Slam Man is here, and exercise will never be the same. Nobody beats Slam Man for variety, fun.
Is this a real ad?
Yeah,
this is like a comedy
real
thing.
Yeah, this is real. They sold millions of these things.
Damn, this is actually bringing up an idea in my head too. Have y'all ever heard of the Hawaiian chair?
No, what's that?
Oh man, I'll show you guys that after this. It's one of those medical inventions that like it was like fake, you know what I mean? But they just like grifted a bunch of people out of money. I just got to see it.
Just to summarize, the exercise is slamming someone's head.
Yeah, your ball
onto the desk.
Yeah, well, this helps you practice that move. So, like, you get this Slam Man, and he looks like RoboCop, Terminator, Demon with flashing eyes, and like he's made of plastic, and you just punch him, and that trains you how to slam your boss's face.
But you don't even punch him, so it's not like a punching bag.
You're all wrong. All of you are wrong. We saw the previous infomercial. We know that Posh is the Slam Man. Okay, we know who the Slam Man is around here.
That's very true.
We saw Posh impressions. We know.
Oh, Christ!
Fun and excitement. Bring Slam Man into your home and discover how easy it is to train like a professional boxer.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Slam Man's unique target lights help dramatically improve your reaction time and hand-eye coordination, while spontaneously building your stamina, agility, and endurance. Slam Man features a top-quality molded foam striking surface that naturally absorbs blow. Want to create your own workout? Simply turn off Slam Man's lights and hit him freestyle. Start right away. Slam Man comes with your own gym-quality 12-ounce boxing glove.
I've done a lot of boxing, and Slam Man's by far the most durable and exciting piece of equipment I've ever used.
You got to throw in a little Sugar Ray. Has to be done. You
know? He looks like an emaciated OJ.
How dare you speak that way about Sugar Ray?
He gives credibility to the entire project. All right, I wasn't so sure about this exercise, but once I saw this guy, now I'm certain it's legit.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You can really pack a punch on Slam Man. You can hit him hard. You can hit him fast. He'll stand up to any abuse you can hand out.
You could hit him hard. You could hit him fast. You could hit him slow and sensually. You could hit him romantically. You can hit him all sorts of ways.
Slam Man is one heavy duty guy that will last you a lifetime.
A lifetime.
I like Slam Man.
The Slam
I think you will too.
I like Slam Man.
I really like.
If you like him, why do you keep hitting him? I mean,
Posh, this is something called American culture.
I need to overanalyze everything. Oh, so I'm Posh. Why do you keep on hitting
if you hit, so Andrew, if someone hit your dog, your dog Sue, if someone hit her throat, would you?
Oh no. Well, that would be damaging my property, Posh. It's,
This is insane.
Slam Man's a good
nuts.
deterrent. You put Slam Man like in the window when you leave for vacation. He's got glowing eyes and he's terrifying.
Oh, that would be epic, actually.
Stop fighting tedious, boring workouts and start fighting Slam Man. Call now.
Oh yeah.
Start fighting Slam Man today. Do it immediately.
See, they upgraded him. So now he's like more human-like. Right. Whatever that is. Also, Billy Blank's Tybo. That's a classic. You guys ever seen that? Billy Blank's. I confuse Sugar Ray Leonard with Billy Blank's.
No, I've never seen that. I'll look that up. Let me check. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian chair. This is what I want to show you. Now imagine this, right? Once you see this, you're just trigger warning. Y'all are gonna need to go out and buy this right away.
Out of your workout. The
Hawaii
chair.
Oh, dude.
You know, Tamara, the Hawaii chair wasn't designed just for home. I mean, after all, for some of us, at least 40 hours of our week. Is
Damn, look at that
sitting
girl,
behind
dude.
a
That's
desk at
spicy,
the
man.
office. So to see what
How do you think she got that physique, bro? Hawaiian chair. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are gonna need to get one.
office workers think of the Hawaii chair, we sent Aaron Lee.
It doesn't just
to
work for white women. Oh my goodness! Now I'm sold.
They put that right on the box, dude. That was the company logo, not just for white women.
Hi, I'm Erin Lee with Perfect USA, and today we've got
Holy
a very
shit,
busy
dude.
work environment.
That is wild.
Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen?
That is wild.
Dude, later on in the infomercial, it shows
Calm
them
down,
trying to
Bosh.
like
Calm down.
it shows them trying to like they're like pretending to do office work, you know, and like they're trying so hard to make it seem like it's not like incredibly hard to do on a chair. It's the most ridiculous thing.
Okay, so I do actually remember this from somewhere. I don't remember exactly where I saw it. But if I may suggest something, I don't know how much you've got in store for watching.
Yeah, send it.
Have you heard of CS188?
No.
Okay, so CS188. Okay, so that is the
document.
The CIA has entered the chat.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he is one of the best YouTube poopers imaginable.
Okay.
So I don't know what to recommend to play from him, but you can play one of the commercial things or one of the black and whites. So you can play one of the black and white. So it's one of the old either commercials or info. I don't know what you would call them in America. You know, like no, not exactly infomercials, but
Info Wars.
Breaking the conditioning.
Breaking the conditioning. So it was one of those old timey, you know, like informing you what you should do with your life.
Right.
So it's not exactly commercial. It's one of those. It's not even a public service announcements, but so play one of those because he is the best YouTube pooper ever,
right?
In my opinion, and the editing is just glorious, especially if you have the captions on. So because your mind might try to make sense of it.
All right. Remember that when we're done with Hawaiian chair, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm still dealing with Boomer Tech right now, trying to figure out Telegram. So while you guys watch this, I'm gonna get my Telegram all sorted out.
And then we'll play Gleep Gleep
Before
Glory.
you play it,
all right.
Can I also point out that Andy Eccentric in the chat is also a piece of shit. He's
he's copping your name swag, dude.
Fucking piece of shit. Always in the Crucible. Always shitting on everybody. Total piece of scumbag. Across the board. Across the board. I'm just saying. He is.
Also, Andrew, how do you feel about being called Andy?
Wait. Say it again, Posh. Andy.
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 Well, let me try. Andy. To make it American.
Well, if you can manage to do it the second way, that would be okay. But unless you can manage to do that every single time, to you, Posh, it's Mr. Wilson or Andrew. Those are the only two options.
Wait,
you have.
it can't be Wilson if you haven't got an H after the W. So I'll just call you Andy.
You know, I don't
Pretty good.
appreciate this. I feel like I've been abused the entire night. I came on this out of the largest and goodness of my heart. And this is
Which is non-existent.
and you throw this fucking Serb in to just make fun of me the whole night. It's
That's
ridiculous.
exactly why we brought him on. Yeah.
Why is it a Hawaiian chair?
Because okay, yeah. So I was wondering
That's a
that
good
because she's
question.
doing the little hula thing. It's like the hula, or what is that called? The loop, the dance, the dance.
Yeah,
they
The
do?
hula hoop, you're right.
Yeah, that thing. That
But that's
luau
not
thing.
Hawaiian.
Well, I mean, you know, people got the little bobbleheads on their dashboards and shit of the Hawaiian girl. Doing
Look at
that.
the quality of the video. Do you think people at that time would have cared?
They were
If
thinking of
that
it
was
all
act-
day and night.
it was
They-
genuinely Hawaiian.
I guess it does sound exotic. You know, if it's Hawaiian, then it's good.
Yeah.
Except for now, Hawaii's like
It's
Hawaii-
actually Serbian.
Let's get some first time reactions.
Yes,
Oh my
let's.
gosh, this is amazing.
It looks amazing.
I can really feel this working.
Hawaiian chair while answering phones.
This right here.
Using the computer. Balancing.
Could you imagine trying to do office work with that?
This is
fucking
this
chair?
is where twerking came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Books or filing paperwork. You can hardly call this work. With the Hawaii chair, it takes the work out of your workday.
If you can sit, you can
Yes.
get fit. The Hawaii chair.
Thanks, Aaron Lee.
Well, the jingle has convinced me.
Yes.
Who came up with that? That's what I wonder. Who was
Right.
thinking one day, man, people would really like to do a fucking
No, no, no,
luau
no, no,
while
no.
they're in the office and
The-
they're
the-
doing paperwork.
They
would just
didn't
love this.
think people would think this. They thought middle-class white women would do this, and they would.
They were
So
correct.
the
They were
only way I imagine this actually being of any consequence to your physique is you resisting the movement. And I haven't seen any of that in the infomercial.
Right. That could probably mess up your back, honestly.
Yes, absolutely.
don't
It doesn't
most-
seem like.
If you did that, and what was the jiggle thing that they sold? That thing you hold and you jiggle it. You remember that one?
Shake weight?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and shake.
I
weight
know
out.
that because of South Park.
Yeah. And that, like, remember that band you stood up and there you put a band around your belly and it just like jiggled. It was supposed to jiggle your jiggle away.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
if, you,
remember
if
that.
you could do all three of those at the same time, you're like jacked. You're totally fit.
All right, Posh.
Absolutely.
What was that? What was that thing you wanted me to look up called? What was it? CS what?
So CS 188.
188. All right.
So
I
that's the
gotta
channel
roll
name.
out, guys. Thanks for having me on
Okay,
tonight.
Andrew.
Absolutely.
I've got to
Happy
bring
New
in the
Year.
new year with the family, but hopefully we'll see you guys all, except for fucking Posh, for more of the Through the Looking Glass. But we will see Posh for more debates, and I'd still have to send Posh the part 2 to how he saved Christmas, right?
Yes, I would appreciate it, Andy.
Well, the thing is, Posh, is that you already would have seen it, except you're not a channel member because you can't afford it. Which is, you know, it's...
Well. You see, I'm about to receive my new PC in a couple of days, so then I will challenge your dominance in this fair, and probably not do anything about it because I as I said. What we and the Irish do share is we really don't want to do anything about anything but complain about everything.
So
I
look
think
out,
that-
all the
that's
12-year-olds
fair,
of
that's
the
fair.
world, because there's a new Fortnite player in town. And he's coming for your gold medals or whatever the fuck they win. in
Well,
that-
hang
in
on.
that
Before I
game.
go, though, I do want to say Happy New Year's to everybody.
I'm sorry, Andy, you're muted again. Why does that keep happening? Jeez, man, I can't. Every time the guy wants to talk, it just keeps happening. I don't get it.
Well, hang on. I actually have a cure if you mute me. I know how to bypass that on StreamYard.
Oh, really?
I do.
You
yeah.
hacker?
Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to break the bit because that would,
thank
you
you.
know, that wouldn't be.
He
any
just
fun,
needs
right?
2 potatoes.
I do want to say to EPL and Bazed, Lit Analyzer, thank you so much for all the Through the Looking Glass help. I hope that you guys enjoyed that very much. Have a happy New Year's. And of course, Posh Redneck, who you may not think this for a second because we're always at each other's throats, but I love the man. He's fantastic. And when he eventually gets his channel, when technology in Serbia gets to the point where he can have one, you should probably like, share, and subscribe. That'll probably be like 2026. But if it does happen, eventually you should do it. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for having me on tonight. Take care.
Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah.
Happy New Year, homeboy.
That's a very good point because we haven't told our chat. There's probably a lot of people in our audience that doesn't know who the Posh Redneck is. So why don't we tell them all? So you've been doing debates. When did you start like appearing on internet shows? When was your first time joining? Was that with Jim Bob? Or?
Yes, it was with Jim Bob. It was April or May or so that I first called in.
Okay.
It was just calling in because there was an option to call in.
Right.
And he and I, we started off very well, you know, and because I filled a niche in the community, you know, being the philosophy guy, the Orthodox guy. I'm Cradle Orthodox for those who do not know. I'm a Serb. I'm not a native English speaker,
Okay.
which is the reason why I speak so fancily, because I actually don't have a particular way of speaking English other than the academic way of speaking it. So
I just assumed that you learned English through like 1940s films. Remember the accent they used to always put on in the 40s?
How
You, like, watch like
dreadful.
Leave It to Genie or something.
Right, and I do also mention that thing. My inspiration for speaking English was Christopher Lee, especially as Saruman.
Now it makes sense. Yeah,
I could totally
Yes.
see that.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. That is
Just,
awesome.
just to make clear, also another thing that doesn't form your voice. Actually, it's familial that you actually have the voice.
Right.
But that's the reason why I speak English the way I do, and because me and Jim Bob, we became friends, you know. It was funny for both of us, and that's English. It's sort of the right time at the right place. I don't take any credit for it, and then very quickly there was an opportunity to have a debate, me and Jim Bob versus JF Gary P or Gary P, you know, and Richard Spencer. So it was 2-on-2 on Evolution on the Crucible, and that was my first time on the Crucible, and then I was debating with Casimir, and that's how it developed. So that's who I am. But since my new PC won't be arriving for another couple of days, I just can't. I did try, and if you go to my channel, you will see my attempts at trying to stream, but my PC simply couldn't handle it. So
yeah, that's where I was at for a while. For like the first 4 or 5 months, actually for like the first year of my channel, I did all my stuff on the telephone. You know what I mean? Like literally all my streams were just setting up my Android phone like on a dresser somewhere and like filming it in front of it. So it's much better when you got a.
I used my phone as a hotspot for the Wi-Fi for the first like 6 months. So you do what you can.
So Posh, check this out. This black and white video right here. Does that look like a good contender? Too much fiddling with free time, or should I keep scrolling?
Yes, you can play that. You cannot understand the retardedness of YTP until you watch it.
Okay. Well, you've set it up now, so now I got it. Now I got to see it. Everybody, thank you all for being here. Be sure to smash that like, share the stream, and
oh snap! Look what he did there in the label. I see.
What?
Parental advisory.
Oh snap! High tier funny content.
So just a reminder, it's over editing everything to the point of absurdity. That's why I love it so much.
Okay.
Now look, before we start, you young people out there are too young to remember when the parental advisory came about. when that was invented because of gangster rap.
That's
And
right.
2 Live Crew, Tipper Gore.
Poisoning the minds of the youths of America,
right.
for sure.
Yes, instead of just banning rap, as I would say, from a country that has no black people.
Yes.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Where we are, so you can speak for yourself. I don't deny your right to
That was
this.
congressional, and then Bone Thugs used that as a sample.
Oh, did Congress say that? We're
Yeah.
not against rap.
Yeah.
We're not against rappers.
Yeah.
We're against those thugs. Those
The
bone
super
thugs.
predators.
Yes. Yes. All right, let's check this out. Let's see this.
Oh boy.
Time. Leisure time. Seizure time.
Seizure time.
Back then, leisure time. Did you ever stop time? Did you ever stop to think how much time you let slip away from you? Some of us
TikTok.
Ken Michael,
This is
for
like
example.
the David Lynch infomercial. That's the vibe I'm getting. This is like if David Lynch directed infomercial.
Starring a young Michael Aquino.
Yeah.
Right there.
Spend most of our leisure time just wanking.
He thinks I'm wanking. Well, there's nothing to do. Nobody's around. You know how it is.
Ken?
I went down to the bowling alley. Went over to the drugstore. I went down to the drug alley. None of the gang was there.
The
My
drug.
friends have more drugs to do. They're lucky.
Ken's pretty lucky too.
Listen to that. All right, I'll bite. I've got nothing to do but wait for school.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Suppose you had lived 100 years ago. Well,
This
let's
is like
look
an
back
actual
100 years
Louis
back.
Colleen
Your
West.
mother.
Like this is like an actual MK Ultra.
I was about to say this is what they actually showed the MK Ultra victims in the experiments. This
Yeah.
is the video.
Someone is mocking it, so it's glorious on multiple levels.
Yes. Oh man.
That's life. Scrub clothes, carry water, carry clothes, bake bread, carry bread, scrub bread, feed the chickens, carry the chickens, scrub the chickens, bake the chickens, scrub water, bake.
This is like Return to Oz, man.
Yeah. These
mean,
are
this-
the deleted scenes. Yeah.
And there's like a black hole behind her. So, and what are her clothes?
What's
She's
wrong
like-
with her clothes, dude? Don't diss her clothes.
This is 100 years before the infomercial was made.
Right, right.
Till time to die and get up again to do it all over again.
Well, she's a big.
Seems as if mother is a problem.
How about today?
My, this new washer certainly sucks. Now let's see, I want to do some shopping, but first I want to feed the chickens. That's one of my
Whoa.
favorite activities, you know.
Oh boy. Ken's pretty candy too.
Oh boy.
Can you picture your mother? Ken.
I guess so. Wait a minute.
Dude.
You know, I took some pictures once. Hey, that's my dad.
Yes, 100 years ago.
Young man, you get off Minecraft and get to bed. After you get to bed, you get off that bed and get to work. Whoa, you can build the back porch. After you build the back porch, you can build the stable. After you build the stable, you can build
The buggy drive a big tow
Oh,
truck.
fuck,
Holy
man.
fuck, dude, I'm dying.
Yeah, this is wild, man.
Holy shit, I did not expect it to hit me that hard. I've never seen anything like this. Somebody said in chat, YTPs are therapy. How have I never heard of this before? What does YTP stand for? YouTube poop. That's
YouTube poop.
Wow, dude.
I work 72 hours a week, and no son of mine is going to get off to a port. No warning, young men. You're going out to get a job. You can work 72 hours a week, 7 days a week.
Not so good, Ken. Your father is a Nazi.
After you work 72 hours a day, you can build a noose for the back porch. After you build a noose, you can...
Let's try 50 years ago.
How long will you work, Dad? What? An hour. An hour a day, every day except Sunday.
6 hours a week?
Well, say, I've got some new pictures for the stereoscope. We'll look at them tonight.
I took some pictures once.
Don't forget about your chores. And don't forget about the new pictures tonight.
Let's take a look at your father today.
Hi, Dad. You sure don't work?
That's right, Ken. It's a wonderful thing to be able to do so little work. How'd you like to play a quick round of golf?
No.
How'd you like to work 72 hours a week?
Remember remember your father last night? Mr. Michaels.
Yeah, Howie.
Mr. Michaels. You gave.
Wow.
What? All I know is someday, when I get more time, I'm going to make more time.
I would sure like
to get more time.
Oh,
someday.
Someday.
Someday. All I know is I'm going to go up to the whole house. I'm going to take a chance on the house.
I'll bet you think I should figure out how to time. My time. The question is, the question.
You're so fucked.
I guess so. Is that me? Is that what I look like? 72 years?
Well, perhaps.
Yes, weekend.
My friends were all busy. He's busy. Oh. Busy. They have something to do with their time.
Doug.
How can I find something to do with my extra time?
Last I saw Dave, he was headed that way. That way.
That away. That away.
You mean this way? Yes.
There's Dave.
Dave
Yeah,
has a heart.
this is like what they made Charles Whitman. Charles Whitman, the Texas Tower.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah. This is like the kind of shit they would make him watch.
I don't know much about him. Is there some story behind that guy?
Yeah, he was the guy. Remember in Full Metal Jacket when he's teaching him, the rifle, and he's like, there's nothing that can stop a Marine in his rifle. And he references Lee Harvey Oswald and that guy. 'Cause that guy, that guy, he climbed up the tower.
I know who he is, but I was just wondering if there was a little bit more. And I was thinking about hitting on some of the recent events before we go on with this cringe, but I was like, man, that might kill the vibe of the New Year's Eve stream. There's the Idaho serial killer, which you were telling me about. It's got some crazy aspects to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are aware of. And then what's the other one? Oh yeah, that sex trafficker got arrested. Andrew Tate. Oh boy, he's top G, dude. My top G guy.
About to become a bottom G.
Yes. A bottom B,
Fair enough.
Dave.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Dave has a hobby of identifying turds. It's a pleasant way of spending his time. Here's Bill. Some of his leisure time is spent doing part at the bookstore. Along with earning some spending money, he's expending money. He's spending money, and he's getting laid. And Alice is devoting some of her leisure to learning to solder. Here's the way Marge spends some of her leisure time. She's learning to play the silent piano. She's getting a lot of pleasure. And what about reading? A lot of fun. And this hobby could have a long-range goal. Perhaps a job in the air. And here's someone
dude.
Long hard boner. Who? Your mother.
Pretty harsh.
Well, Mother does enjoy dead. One night round.
Yes, but not just your father's.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Time to get bird.
I work.
That's wild, dude. That was wild.
The entire enterprise of YouTube poops is so astounding because you don't actually have a limit on it, right? And I mentioned CS 188 as the best, absolutely the best that I've ever encountered. There are others. But as you can see with that, it's just so bloody stupid. It's awesome.
Yeah, I loved that, man. I got a whole new genre of stuff to look into.
That video reminded me. Have you ever seen the James Dean anti like the driving infomercial that they made him do?
Mm-mm.
It was like after East of Eden, and they made him do this like 30-minute bit on television about the dangers of like fast driving.
Yeah.
And like wearing
East of Eden's a great film, man. I love that one.
But he did this infomercial, and then of course he died the exact way that, which is bizarre.
Right. Posh, you ever see this? Freestyle canoeing?
This is beautiful.
I have not.
Oh, but the
get
music
ready.
in it, though, I don't know about the music. It might.
Yeah, I'll keep it muted.
ding
Although I think the music's good. Let me just check the description of this video here.
I think
real
it's
quick.
Lady in Red, which like really ties the whole thing together.
Yeah, the music. See, when you got this thing going on, that's usually a sign that it's copyright and somebody's gonna mess with you. So I'll keep it muted. But just know that there's a nice musical score going on in the background of this, and there's a whole sport.
I can sing it. I can sing.
Yes,
it.
please do provide us with a soundtrack for this. And there's a whole sport for this freestyle canoe dancing. And this guy's pretty damn good at it.
This guy's like the classic. He's like the Uber freestyler.
Yeah,
He's
I'll play like a
beautiful
few
movements.
Falls. Honolulu Falls, New York. That's okay. Mark, I'll never get it right.
What's his
Okay,
name?
he's going to be
The
passing
guy.
to
Mark Ornstein.
Yeah. He's a legend.
music called Lady in Red by Christopher.
Oh come on! He's got "or" in his name. That.
Yeah, that's an unfair
Paddle,
advantage.
paddle.
He was born to do this, literally
So I'd
born
like
to do
to
it.
dedicate this performance to my daughter Sarah, who put up with my incessant practicing and requests for video clips.
Dad, please get out of the canoe. We haven't eaten in 3 days. Shut up, Sally. I've got to practice my double twist.
Thank my wonderful friend
Like
Monica,
competitive
Jonathan,
freestyle interpretive canoeing.
Right.
This is the dude.
Canoe ballet. That's basically.
Oh yeah.
Bob, Elaine, and all the others for their comments, advice, and coaching.
Speaking of comments, the comments on this video are like beautiful.
Yeah, we'll pull up the comments, but the crowd too is part of the comedy. Just the people.
Mark,
I feel like this is good material for a documentary. That's
Are those mostly ladies? They're there. I mean, this guy's, he's got a bevy of ladies. His group.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what Grandpap used to always tell me. If you want to really rope in the chicks, you get your canoe moves learned down pat, and you'll have no problem.
Yeah, they want to handle his oar.
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad. I'm sorry.
All right. 3 demerits, Henley.
Never seen a girl that I wanted on her right. Never felt so right. Lady in Red is the song that's playing.
There's still no music going.
Well,
I have the volume on.
He's getting set up.
Oh, he's still teeing off. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna mute it.
Yeah. Look at this movement. Oh man, he's one with the canoe, dude.
I can sing the Pater Noster, the Our Father in Latin.
I think that would fit pretty well. Let's hear it.
Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, sicut in cielo et in terra, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitibus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Sicut erat in principio, nunc in semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Damn, Posh, did we just like get into poetic territory? I was expecting that to be funny, but that was actually really beautiful. And it matched
Well, I
with
was
the
trying to.
canoeing.
I did mess up at one point. I realized that, but I was too late to. I mean, it's getting close to 6 a.m. here. But
Oh, damn, for real.
Right, but I slept through a lot of the day to prepare for waiting for the New Year's, so I'm not not sleepy. So
Yeah, we're 20 minutes from New Year's for Eastern Standard Time, whereas I like to call it the proper real people time. All y'all either need to slow down or catch up because I'm just I'm tired of people in the past.
And Posh is in the future, so he can tell us like there's still a world.
Oh, yeah.
2023, Y2K didn't happen.
I will quote Gandalf for you. Run, you fools!
Fly, you fools! Fly, you
Fly! Oh, I'm so used to quoting Saruman that I can't even quote Gandalf
You
correctly.
shall not pass.
Yes.
Let me do a bit of Saruman for you.
Okay. Yes, please do.
Right. How can fire undo stone? Let me try to remember how the dialogue starts with him and Grima Wormtongue in Orthrank. So
I will draw you like venom from a wound. Something like that.
no. When before Grima finds out that Saruman has amassed an army, it's something like even if it could be done, it would take thousands to storm the keep, tens of thousands. But my lord, there is no such force. And he goes out and is like, right. And a new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
Holy shit, dude! You sound just like him. Holy shit!
Oh, God.
Mr. Frodo, which way to Lincoln Town?
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
I
You
can't.
sound just like him, dude.
Thank you, but whenever Jay does the Frodo and Sam, Mr. Frodo, I can't help but laugh. It's so funny every time.
Which way to Lincoln Town? Lincoln Town.
We must join him, Gandalf. We
Sam!
Sam!
Oh man, we had Patristic Faith up in the chat. Father Deacon Ananias. I think he was getting really into the to the singing. And yeah, for real, Posh, that was beautiful. I was actually going to ask you earlier about whether or not you were in the choir. Father Ananias, I will post the call-in link right in the chat. So Posh, do you know Father Ananias?
Absolutely. So I am not in the choir because I'm a reader, so I can't be both.
Nice.
So I deal mostly with the epistles and cutting up what do you call we call it naphora, the bread that is served in cubes. So
the prosperous, I believe it's called the prosperous, the blessed bread.
Prospera and naphora.
Quick shout out to Natsky, by the way, in chat. Sorry to interrupt. Shouts out to Natsky. Shouts out to OK in the chat there. Love you guys.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we got our homie Green Feathers up in the chat. And Father Ananias, I did post that link in the live chat, so you can feel free to call in. What's up, man?
There's our homeboy, dude.
Whoa.
Good to see you, man.
With the sublime
What's going
shirt
on, guys?
bro.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New
Year to
Good
you,
to see
buddy.
ya.
Posh, I don't know if we've met yet, but love listening to you debate, talk to people. You do a great job, bro.
And shouts
Thank
out
you
to
so
Father
much. We haven't
Deacon Doctor
spoken
Ananias.
directly.
Yes, Father bless. Thank you for calling in.
Happy New
Can you
Year.
hear us all right?
Happy New Year to you, the Norwegian Nous.
Okay, you're muted. Check your mic.
TGF, it's so good to see you, man.
Dude, thanks, man.
This guy, for people, everybody knows you here, but this guy's amazing. This guy's a legend. This is the Green Feathers, who has, by the way, a even though it's like pretty much inactive right now, if you check the stats, has a gigantic YouTube channel. Is old
I have
school.
like an archaic YouTube channel from 2009.
Yeah.
Right.
I was kind of like a side character on a show, so it just keeps accruing views and stuff.
And he's also a bagpiper as well. He plays a mean bagpipe.
I try from time to time. I wish I could more now, but
I bully only the Irish. I don't bully the Scottish. But the Irish bully the Scottish over the bagpipes. So
that's right.
I have to
when I was in Ireland, I got to play with an Irish bagpiper while I was playing the tin whistle. But I play the Highland pipes, and I play a couple instruments, piano, just really anything. I love sacred music.
Yeah.
Also.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope we can. Oh man, I really hope Father Ananias gets his audio, because I want to hear that sweet bluegrass from the up in the mountains. Okay, now you're just very quiet.
Very faint audio.
And speaking of Ireland, Father Deacon Doctor Ananias was educated in Ireland.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot. I mean.
All right, let's let Father Ananias speak now, because he still hasn't gotten to say hello. What's up?
Thank you guys. Happy New Year to all of you. And it's good to see you guys. It's good to be on your stream. My first time. Long time watcher, first time talker.
That's right. The #1 super fan of Exposing Powerful Lies. No, I'm really happy that you called in. I've been wanting to get you on here for a while, and same with Posh. I'm going to message both of you and reach out and try to get individual streams set up. But I would really like to do a show with you. So thank you so much for calling in. How's your New Year's Eve been?
Good. I did a little vest tonight, blessing, and just was watching Nick Cage, National Treasure, on the TV screen here.
Nice.
Decoding all the secret Masonic messages in our United States of Americas.
All completely historically accurate and very true. You know,
absolutely. Nick Cage is great, man. That guy does more movies. If you look up his filmography, that guy does like 3 movies a year.
Yeah, and usually about like one of them are decent. You know, usually one a year is pretty good.
He's the only actor who can do. He does good movies, bad movies, bad movies, and bad good movies.
Yes, very true. Runs the gamut. Yeah.
Do you know I met him in person?
Really?
Whoa.
Tell us about that.
So when I was an undergraduate,
what was that a shot of?
This was White Lady Jim.
Nice.
It's because my throat hurts and I've got to.
Sure.
I got to recite all the litanies tomorrow.
I've heard that one before.
Father Deacon meeting Nick Cage is as crazy as Hendo meeting Charles.
Well, I met Prince Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because Father Deacon went to school down there in Dublin, but I was in school up there in Belfast.
He was in school over there at that one island.
Do you know what I did in Belfast?
And that was like the peace process that happened. But Prince Charles and Bill Clinton came to the university like all the time.
Mm.
And like,
Clinton established some Clinton Institute in Ireland.
Yes, and Hillary Clinton is the current chancellor of Queen's University.
I'm sure there was nothing nefarious about that at all. Whatever institute she established.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When they did the C.S. Lewis movie, what's it
Chronicles
called?
of Narnia?
Yeah, Narnia. They had the premiere because he's from Northern Ireland, and they had the premiere in the main building at the university. And I was walking across the campus, and I stopped like by the building, and the Queen was like right on the other side of the. There's hardly like. It's weird because they show up and it's not like when the president shows up and they shut down the city. It's like and there was a security guard. He was like, "That's the Queen.
That's the Queen."
Yeah, right there.
Wow.
Get her while you can.
Yeah, and then Prince
Wait,
Charles.
was it that's the Queen or that's a queen.
A queen, right. Very big distinction there. There's a lot of queens on universities
That's a
nowadays.
queen, so she is.
That's a queen, mate. I mean, just asking because another word for it would be a poofter. You know.
My external advisor was from Queens.
Nice.
So tell us
Not
about your.
Queens, New York.
Was he the king of
University.
Queens?
Oh, Queens University. Okay. Yeah, tell us about your Nick Cage. How you met him.
Oh yeah, that's right. So in undergraduate, it was a pretty intensive program.
Mm-hmm.
There was no TVs, no internet.
Based.
You just read and ate great books 24/7. Right. So on the weekend, I'd like to kind of get away from that, and we would go down to Hollywood. And I found this really interesting band called the Blue Hawaiians in a strip mall in Hollywood by Hollywood and Vine. And the Blue Hawaiians, they did some stuff for Quentin Tarantino, and they've got that real kind of like Las Vegas Tarantino kind of vibe.
Do you know what they did for like what song, what movie, anything like that?
They Pulp Fiction. They did a song for them on Pulp Fiction.
Nice.
And so anyways, they were kind of like an underground surf rock Hollywood band, and Nick Cage would show up and it was called the Lava Lounge, and it was in a strip mall. And I kid you not, there was like a laundry mat right next to it. And you would go in, and it was lava rock and all dimmed down, and it looked like you were walking right into a Tarantino movie. And Nick Cage would come. And what was really interesting, now that I think back on it, he had this trainer that would drive, and he had this awesome like British convertible old like 40s 50s car that he would drive up. And now that I think about it, I'm like, that was probably Nick Cage's handler. Because this guy seemed to be running the show, and I always thought that was kind of weird that I'm like, here's Nick Cage, he's like this famous actor. Why does it seem like his trainer's the boss?
Right. And that's the same situation with Kanye, right? His personal trainer turned out to be his. Yeah. I bet you, they kind of have a system down where it's like that's sort of a believable story. Oh, his trainer's with him,
Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, Harley
so
Pasternak.
Anyways, he was a weirdo for sure.
I bet.
I remember his favorite drink is a Guinness. And I remember watching him trying to hit on these girls, and they actually were like appalled, and like he freaked them out, and they walked away. And
Nick Cage,
and I'm like,
not surprised.
That weird that he's famous enough to get any girl that he wants, but he's so weird that he can't.
Wow.
Communicate with society.
Well, how could someone with a faux surname as Cage be, someone surreptitious, someone doubtful,
And he's part of the Coppola family too.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Legacy.
So it's what's his name? DiCaprio, right? Isn't he related to DiCaprio as well? I thought DiCaprio. No, DiCaprio's related to.
Isn't everybody in Hollywood related to each other? Isn't it like a big...
they all are, first, second cousins, things like that. They all have a little bit of reptile blood in them still, a little hangover from the old days. Yeah, no.
Be careful what you say.
The stream just gets shut down immediately. So in real people's time, we're 7 minutes away from New Year's Day. So I got an idea when I saw Father bring on the mandolin. I myself love bluegrass and would really like to hear something played right around the time that 12 o'clock hits. If you're willing to do it, can I put you on the spot?
Oh yeah.
The Blue Hawaiians, by the way, did the music for SpongeBob. I didn't
really?
know. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that too. Yeah. And my brother ended up recording. My brother's a music lizard man producer.
Nice.
Half lizard.
Illuminate confirmed. You heard it here first, folks. Father Ananias, Illuminati.
He recorded the one of the steel guitar players too
That's pretty cool. Nick Cage kind of plays that character you were just describing as the real Nick Cage in that recent movie where he plays himself.
Which one? Unbearable Talent or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that one, but honestly, my favorite of his more recent films, Colorado Space was really good. Pig was really good. I don't know if y'all saw
Mandy.
Oh, that was a crazy movie.
Yeah,
that's a great one, dude.
Did you mention Colorado Space?
Yes, yes.
The
Love
Packies.
that. Yes, I love that, man. I love that.
They got that crazy druid witch.
Bad Lieutenant Port of Call in New Orleans.
That's Werner Herzog. Werner
Yeah.
Herzog did that. That's a
I
crazy.
love Herzog, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Enigma Casper Hauser?
No.
Oh, so you got to watch this one. It's not as well known by Herzog, but it's about this feral child that grows up, and then they try to reintroduce him into society. And he like all the problems that he can't readjust, but it's really interesting because he doesn't even understand kind of like logical categories. So they were like, they tried to give
about an Irish child.
Oh, Posh, come on now. All day, this guy.
Andrew was on earlier. He left.
What about an Irish leprechaun that was raised by wolves?
Did you ever see Herzog's Nosferatu? Because I just saw that for the first time recently. Herzog did a version of Nosferatu. It's actually way better than the original. But then again, it's not very hard to do better than the original since it was made by a bunch of like literal homosexual occultists. So anything's better than the original. But Herzog's version is pretty badass, man.
How about the original Wicker Man?
Yes.
Oh, that one nuts.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
Nick
The
Cage
original
got
Wicker Man
nothing
was
on the
so
original.
Darkly filmed. It was like
it's a great soundtrack too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the original Hereditary.
I have
Or
to
not
say,
Lord Summer Isle.
I've watched very few films, so I'm completely out of the loop.
But that's
yeah.
Christopher Lee.
We won't judge it too hard.
That's Christopher Lee, yeah. And it had
Yeah.
a great Christian message, man. Like that, he stood up for his Christian faith to the very end while he's being burned up.
He's martyred, right? Yeah.
Father Deacon, may I ask you, have you seen the clips of Christopher Lee? So he is one of the people who is purported to be very, very occult. But there are a couple of clips. So one was about him playing some type of role where he had to do some type of inverse mass or right. And he said he consulted with spiritual advisors, and they said no, you have to have the intention and everything. But there's also a clip of him saying he is not in possession of this giant library of occult writings,
right?
And he warns about such endeavors, where he also says you won't just lose your mind, you will lose your soul.
Yes.
So is that something you're familiar with, Father Deacon?
Well, you see this in Aleister Crowley too, right? He loses his mind and his soul. By the way, another good series on that is Strange Angel, about the Jet Propulsion Lab and Jack Parsons.
Yeah.
Which was near where I used to live in California. My grandfather worked in Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and he made himself into a lizard man too. And no, but it's just really interesting that like all this stuff that people think is like really bizarre and conspiracy theory, when it gets into kind of mainstream media and stuff like that, people start to realize like, oh, Father Deacon Ananias was right all the time. These are all facts and stuff like that. And so, yeah, check that out. Like, I think it's like 2 seasons or something like that. Strange Angel.
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows the relation between Jack Parsons. And what was interesting is that Aleister Crowley thought that Jack Parsons was a bit loose and reckless with which is kind of funny that what do you guys think about, like, I mean, is there kind of some prelist even within the occult too, that Aleister Crowley's like, well, I got a handle on this, and you got to do it by these rules. And if you don't do it like this, then you're going to end up blowing yourself up with a demon rocket and killing yourself or something.
Well, may I interrupt and say that it's about to be New Year's?
That's right.
Oh yeah,
PST.
1 minute it is.
All right.
Having said that, may I ask, perhaps, if it's appropriate for Father Deacon to say a blessing for us, since the clock is about to strike?
Yes.
Absolutely. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, bless us, O Lord, in this new year. Illumine our minds, illumine our hearts. Be with our enemies. Be with those that we love. Let this be a glorious new year in which we continually usher in the kingdom of God, and that we sanctify ourselves through this and through the trials that come and all the good things. We pray for all the souls. We pray for the pious, faithful Orthodox through this new year. And God bless us all. Through the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy upon us and save us. Amen.
Amen.
Dang, right time.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Father.
you.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Let's have a good 2023.
I'm gonna head outside to light some fireworks with my wife. So much
right,
love to everyone.
God
bless. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, brothers.
I'm going to light myself on fire right now for all of you.
Nice.
I do it every New Year. I'm going to walk around as a skinwalker, a Freddy Krueger for the New Year.
Yes. Yeah, would you play us some music? I was not expecting this to be a musical stream, but then Posh just made me tear up recently within the last few minutes. So I'm ready to get hit again with some jams. So let us hear some.
Yeah, let me
us
see.
Start the year off right.
All right, I've got, if I get my little tempo thing, I've got a little cool thing here that I've got going. Helps me
Thank
keep
you,
my
everybody,
tempo.
for being here. Right. Yeah. Well, like a
So you can
metronome.
hear it. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Shady go, my little love. Shady go, my little love.
Go away.
Wish I had a needle and thread as I could sew that girl to my side, and away we would go. Shady go, my little love. Shady go, I say.
Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Dude,
All right, let's see if
what
I
a
can-
great song to pick that. What a great song to pick, man. I was hoping to be something I know. I love the mandolin so much. I actually, I have a mandolin, but I only know how to play 3 chords on it, which actually opens me up to play a lot of songs. Those 3 chords GCD. But yeah, I mainly play the ukulele nowadays. Play guitar, ukulele, and bass. But I pretty much have just nice. Posh, you got the now. I gotta go grab my ukulele. But yeah, the mandolin is just such a beautiful instrument.
I have to go to the lab.
You just
I
you
just-
just started playing it?
I just start playing, yeah.
Nice.
Usually I play guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have to go to the lavatory, so I'll be right back.
All right, I'll see you. I'll see you in a bit, Posh. He's gonna go fall
Let's see
asleep
if I
on
can
the
get
couch. He's
another-
been up all night.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm too old. I was talking to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 10 o'clock, it's like bedtime. I'm like,
I know. Yeah, I feel you there, for sure. I know when Henley told me we were gonna do a New Year's stream, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay up that late, Henley.
Come on, Jerry, you're a night crawler.
That's right. That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very
If you're gonna play the mandolin, you got to play The Battle of Evermore by Led Zeppelin, because it's about Lord of the Rings. It's a
Right,
Tolkien
right.
song.
Oh, I don't know that
Tolkien
one. I
song,
gotta.
Well, you know what else is a Tolkien? Led
gotta
Zeppelin?
The Ringwraiths Ride in Black, he says in that song.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? Another Led Zeppelin song that I believe is Tolkien is whatchamacallit, No Quarter. I'm pretty sure No Quarter is about the Hobbit.
Yeah,
At least that's what I heard.
and Ramble On, and yeah, there are a bunch of them. Robert Plant loved Tolkien, and the Welsh countryside was mythical. For him.
Yes. We got another $10 from our good brother Day Jire in the house. Thank you so much, Day. Every stream, the guy sends in something. I really appreciate you. We are splitting all super chats between me and Henley tonight. So everybody, please be sure to send them super chats in. And man, this has gone really well. I hope Father Deacon comes back. I think he might have accidentally clicked off, or maybe he's refreshing.
Shouts out to DJ there in Oz in the future in Australia.
That's right.
Shouts out to Lita in New Zealand, who it's like already like March in New Zealand.
Yeah, in New Zealand, it's probably like 6 p.m. right now.
Oh,
the
I
next
forgot,
day.
yeah. And Robert Plant named his dog after Aragorn. His dog's name was Strider.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, Led Zeppelin, they were plagiarists, and that was so disappointing. You know, so many people you've got the I don't know how to call them, the more rambunctious type of the rock metal people, and then you've got the snobs, and the snobs are very fond of Led Zeppelin, and I don't think they took the revelation of their plagiarism too well.
That's ironic because when they were a band, the snobs hated Led Zeppelin. They thought it was, dinosaur rock and all that shit.
One second.
And it's weird because they put like all the, the British invasion plagiarized the, Mississippi Delta blues. I mean, if that's plagiarism, I guess.
Sure, and you could talk about Elvis. People talk about Elvis plagiarizing all the time.
Right.
I mean, a lot of music is inspiration, but I do know with Led Zeppelin, because I grew up really liking Led Zeppelin. I have heard though that they're like actual like they legit took songs like wholesale from people. Like, so I mean, I still grew up listening to them, and if it comes on the radio, I'm like, yeah, I like it, But also on top of that, the occultism that like Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, all that stuff, that's no good.
Yeah,
I remember
the only reason I would refuse to listen to the Led Zeppelin is if one of their members bought Aleister Crowley's house.
Yeah, Jimmy Page. And not just one house. He bought Boleskine House on the shores of Loch Ness, and he also bought his house in Richmond on Thames.
Well,
he had the largest Aleister Crowley collection of books, and he bought his Equinox bookstore.
Danny Carey from Tool also collects all of Aleister Crowley's books and stuff. He's got some pretty disgusting stuff in his collection. Last time.
Right? Do you know the Tool was the only band named after their fans?
Zing!
Doesn't he have a winery in Arizona in Jerome?
Caduceus, it's called Caduceus. I used to be a big Tool fan when I was in high school. When I was a cringe idiot, I still am a cringe idiot, but now I'm just not that cringe because I don't like Tool anymore.
Well, sidetrack.
Nothing ever satisfies.
Sidetrack. America, the United States of America, is the only country without a name for the country. Every other country has a name, and we don't have, because we're the United States. So each state.
Let me try to do this experiment. How many of you know where the name America comes from?
I thought it was Amerigo Vespucci.
I thought it came from America.
That's why where it comes.
It came from George Washington and
straight from God.
No, it came from American cheese, right?
Thought it was that
American cheese. That's where we get it from.
American cheese. So I immediately got the answer because right, Amerigo Vespucci, a cartographer. So yes. I mean, it's so strange for us Europeans, you folk are like
disgusting, isn't it?
Whoa. If he's going to start insulting America, I got to mute him.
Listen, we'll turn that whole desert into glass.
That's right. I'm sorry, Posh. You're muted right now. If you
well,
if you wanna insult America,
you can turn us into glass. That wouldn't help you any. That wouldn't make you any less of.
You saw what we did with Nord Stream. Now, come on.
I thought that was Russia.
Foreign war actions are for our defense, obviously.
Right. I'm so. Let's not get into this. Sorry.
We are an exceptional nation.
exceptional. In every way.
Exceptionalism, yes.
That's right. Rachel's got it right. Me, Rachel, and Henley are actually going to be doing a Team America.
Coming again to see the motherfucking day, yeah.
Yeah, she wants to.
Matt Damon.
Based homeschool mom, Rachel Wilson. She's starting her own channel, and she invited me and Henley on to do one of the first episodes, and she wants to cover Team America. So that's going to be a pretty good one. Father, I wanted to ask you about Patristic Faith. How is that going? How's the site and the project going? All of that. Any updates? Anything like that?
It's doing wonderful. It's far exceeded our expectations, and I was just thinking tonight too of doing some like tours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different cities. We have the Patristic Faith sponsored Orthodox Montanica, NIKA, and but sometimes it's hard for people to get up to Montana and stuff like that. And so we thought like it'd be cool to do some tours around some of the cities and stuff like that, the major cities.
Yeah, as an East Coaster, I would definitely love it if you guys came a little bit closer. I know, Jay has done like meetups around Nashville and stuff around his area, but yeah, man, if you guys ever come up Northeast, I would love to see that. I really was bummed that I wasn't able to go to Montanica when that first happened, and there was a second one too, right? I've heard
there's gonna be a third one. It's gonna be each year it gets better and better.
Nice. Well, hopefully this year maybe we could get the Ewok crew to do a little road trip, man. If we can swing that would be dope. But yeah, we love that, man.
I love Montana. Like Montana's the south of the north.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the south. Yeah. I was like, what?
My great grandmother was born in Montana.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
1895.
Because when the carpetbaggers drove out the Southerners after the war, the Northern War of Aggression, Montana basically became kind of what should I say?
Refuge spot.
A refuge for Southerners. They still fly Confederate flags up here and stuff like that. Obviously they kind of try to push against that, but we even had something called the Confederate Gulch up here and stuff like that. So Montana has a really kind of interesting history with the kind of South, and I find that.
No, the name Montana, is it like Mount Anna? Is it named after a saint?
It's named after Milwaukee. No, that's
named after Mountain Dew is what it's named after.
See, what they did is the gold explorers had actually found an ancient time machine, and they went into future, and they found Mountain Dew, and it was so good, and it fueled all the workers and the miners, and so they named it Montana.
Well, I happen to be in the capital of the South, Father Deacon. I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, there you go. That's
so, which is this Commonwealth. This is not a state. This is the Commonwealth of Virginia. You guys, is going to split up.
That's right. They really did you guys dirty in that war of Northern aggression. You know what I mean? I feel bad.
But did you hear that? Did you hear that the Department of Defense is forcing West Point to take and remove everything about General Lee?
Really?
Yeah.
That is. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I mean, they're going to destroy all the. It was so upsetting hearing that.
You just give me an idea of what I should sing
gone.
later on.
Everything's gone.
What are you going to sing, Posh?
God bless Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
No, you got to sing. You got to sing. Swing low, sweet chariot.
Yeah. Or what's
I
that?
don't know that one.
What's that song written by the Confederate soldier?
Johnny
I am
Reb, Dixie.
No, it's
No.
what-
I
the
hate
name
the
of-
glorious union
Yeah.
and everything is.
What's
that it
that called?
stands.
What is that called?
I hate the Yankee Nation. For
Yep.
this, I don't give a damn.
Yep.
You don't remember what? What is the name of that?
My great granddad was a judge in Williamsburg. Was shot by Yankees on his front lawn.
Mm-hmm. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Now
I saw pictures that you sent from when you visited your parents, and they got like straight up Civil War era photos of your family on the wall. I thought that was really badass. Yeah. No, that
Now
is
I
so
gotta
awesome.
find the song. I'm a good old rebel.
Right.
That's
I rode for Robert E. Lee for the
Lee?
3 years there about. Got wounded in 4 places and starved at Point Lookout. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
right.
that
It's a
song
good-
called? I'm brain farting on that, dude.
I'm a good old rebel is the name of it.
Yes.
Lee's an interesting character. He was, related to George Washington.
Yeah. Oh, he
And
was a
Li-
great general, and he was
and
an
Light
honorable
Horse
man.
Harry.
and-
Yeah, he was the top of his class. He was offered the command of the North, but instead he chose the Army of Northern Virginia.
He's an American
Because
hero.
that's where he was from.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is that even 30 years ago, even liberals respected Robert E. Lee.
Right. Because they knew their history. But nowadays, people are so dumbed down, man. It's crazy. It's like they really just swallow the narrative wholesale. And I would be more depressed about it. I mean, it is sad to see how fast this country has changed and the social engineering has worked. But honestly, I've just ever since the last few years, I've just sort of separated myself from the whole politics of America and all that, because it's just I was so in that for so long, and now I'm like, oh yeah, it's all crazy and going to hell, and it has been, and it always will be. I just can't put my hope in this worldly institution.
I mean, that kind of all those values and everything, honor, chivalry, code it's so foreign to the general world that we live in now, and it's like a world on pure emotion. And Lee was a planter. He was one of the first family in Virginia, and his house is still here, is Stratford. And Light Horse Harry Lee signed the Declaration of Independence, and Stonewall Jackson is was a wild character. He was like a mystic and just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But all that's gone.
Yeah, if anybody is interested to learn more about Civil War history, this is a topic that I don't bring up oftentimes for obvious reasons. But the book that really changed my whole view on the whole situation was written by a Confederate general called "The Invasion of the Southern States and the War of Northern Aggression," something like that. And it's an actual book written by a Confederate general at that time. And it goes into all just sort of their viewpoint, and it's so different from what they teach you in school. It's crazy.
As someone, sorry, but as someone with this accent, I have to say that the rebellion itself was wrong. So I do support you, dirty colonials, rejoining the British Empire. But seeing as how Britain is doing, it is difficult to say that. It's strange how I don't know how much you folks have investigated what has happened in the 20th century with the shifting of the global superpower from Britain to the United States, and the bloody hell, the Suez Crisis. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So Bazed has heard of that.
Yes.
So
Bazed basement analyzer.
Basement breathalyzer over here. Yes.
Right. So it was a humiliating thing for the British, and during the First World War, then Britain became a detonation. It went from the productive, exporting, superpower of the world to a detonation. And do you know who Peter Hitchens is?
Yes, I've heard the name. But I can't.
So just to make sure, you don't confuse it with his brother, Christopher Hitchens.
Yeah, I know him.
Whom you would be very well aware of if you're in the at least English-speaking world and in the religious debates. So Peter wrote a lot about this type of thing, where he says that America is not actually a friend of Britain, and it isn't. It continues not to be to this day. But there was this camaraderie that was born out of this fear of the Soviet Union. That is where the term special relations, what was it, was born out of.
Council on Foreign Relations?
No. I'm talking about the term itself, like the special relations between Britain and the United States and the United Kingdom.
Okay.
So you get that, Reagan and Thatcher, right? But the United States was and continued to be this oppressive force against Britain, which after the First World War.
I know. I'm gonna have to mute him again. I was just thinking. Oh man, I took the wrong person off screen. Listen, Posh, when you're in our country,
God defends me because the Orthodox Church is an ethnic type of church. I have ethnic protection, and that is why God deflected you. I have jurisdiction over Father Deacon because I'm ethnically even as a reader, I have jurisdiction because of my ethnicity.
Oh my goodness! Well, guys,
he usurps my power.
The British were supported the South in the Civil War.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
And the Seminoles, by the way, are they were allied with the South, and they were the only ones that never signed a treaty.
Didn't the French support the South too?
No.
Okay.
The French were the main force that actually wanted the American Revolution. That's why so many of the French forces were behind the American generals and officers, right?
Hence the Marquis de Lafayette being a great American hero, even though he's French.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Not just the French, but the French saw the British as their main opponents. So a revolt in a British colony was something that they would, of course, desire.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about different time frames, the revolution, the American Revolution, and then the Civil War. But
I just got a thought, Posh.
Yeah.
I wonder what, like, if you haven't read this, Alexis de Tocqueville too. I wonder if that's one reason why he praises America so much and democracy in America too. If there's a connection there.
Yes,
I'm thinking out loud right now.
Yes, so my opinion on him is that yes, you could see it organically arising, but many things can be seen organically. Like Voltaire being an instrument of the British intelligence. Even though if you read Voltaire's works, you can see them as organic. Right, but the entire point of these things is that you want them to seem organic. It would defeat the point of you supporting something. If I want,
nothing's changed. They do the same thing today too, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's just organic. It's just the people have.
Yes.
And there's almost this kind of Hegelian historical process of
absolutely, yes.
Society just realized, right? It's progressing into world spirit.
Yes, everyone wants progress. Everyone wants democracy, and everyone wants these
feminism and gay rights, gay marriage,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
feminism especially worked masterfully
Oh, yeah.
in Afghanistan because it wasn't wasted effort at all. And actually, I don't think it was wasted effort. I think
Actually,
it was,
this comes.
Rambo, First Blood, Part 3. He did not conquer the feminism in Afghanistan. Churchill, by the way, was half American. People forget that.
And by the way, this became a dispute within the Marxists, following up on Hegel too, that some believed that they really believed it and thought that world history would develop in this progressive kind of way, whereas other Marxists thought that they had to force it to happen, right? So obviously working through this too, that if you can make it seem like it's happening organically, like world process is progressing, but you're actually causing it, so much the better, right?
And that ties in with the whole Darwinian evolution sort of thing too. This idea of like evolution, and as time goes on, things get more and better instead of just...
Well, Marx did dedicate his works to a particular person very, very involved with the evolutionary movement, called Charles Darwin.
Who's that?
Is this Anglican type?
He was in connection with Huxley too, right? Which was Darwin's bulldog.
And the one thing I can agree with Huxley on is his view of the Irish.
Gosh, enough.
What happened to you? What is the...
I'm sorry.
Hurt him as a child, real bad.
Last week I had an interview with
This is what happens when you go to school in Northern Ireland.
Right. I just want to say real quick. John Adams sent in $5 super chat. He says, "Happy New Year. Tell BLA the people want to see Robert E. Lee Stonewall Jackson stream for Lee Jackson Day, January 15th through 16th." So I've passed the message on to you.
That is still a holiday in the Commonwealth, but that's pretty spicy. That's pretty hairy. That's a pretty hairy one to do.
It's a literature channel, people. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Washington Lee University is still.
Well, I'd also like to mention Rachel Wilson. She mentioned in the chat that someone did write a book about feminism and how it came about.
Someone. I wonder who. As I pull up
Yes,
her name
there's a particular woman married to a certain Irishman who's half English, which ruins a lot of my jokes, and I am still not over that. So,
Father Dick, when you were in school in Ireland, did you experience this a lot? Like Americans come over and they go, "I'm Irish."
Oh yeah, everybody's Irish.
But it's like they're great.
Especially the Norwegians there, especially.
I got to tell you a joke. So I had a Norwegian friend and brother, an undergraduate. His name was Aaron. And we had a professor, and he was from Belfast. And I remember it was St. Patrick's Day, and he says, "Aaron, do you have any Irish in you?" And he says, "Well, considering that my people raped and pillaged your land, I'm sure I have a little bit of Irish in me."
Father Deacon, do you know the history of how Dublin was formed?
Dublin, yeah, that's right. Dublin's a Viking town. And they have a great museum called Dublina that houses all the kind of historic Viking stuff there, and it was so cool being in Dublin too. There was such rich history. At the very last years of my PhD, I lived in an apartment complex that was built on top of a castle, and the castle wall was still there, and there was an ancient cemetery right behind the petrol station, as they would say. And I would walk over. There was a small little cemetery, and I'd read and write in the, and these graves, some of these tombstones I found were 800, 900. And I'm like, this is so amazing. Just like
wow.
The history, and especially with the Vikings and just everything that's happened kind of in Ireland too. And
there's a pub in Nottingham called Ye Old Trip to Jerusalem from the 1100s. Wow. It's the last stop where they would get a drink before the Crusades.
Yeah, that really puts into perspective how young our country is. Like I
I
watched
know.
that podcast, The Royal Path, with Father Turbo. I know he's a part of Patristic Faith.
Yeah,
isn't he?
yep.
And he always
In
says, he
fact,
goes,
did you know Father Turbo actually, before he was father, he was an acolyte giving me my first like communion when I
Really? Wow, that's
we have,
interesting. I
like-
didn't know that.
Yeah, I sent him a picture and I'm like, I'm so glad that we have this history together.
Right? Yeah, he has a common thing that he says. He goes, the world has underwear older than America. Like there's buildings you go to in parts of Europe that are literally like 1,000 years older than.
Oh yeah, so in Dublin, the oldest pub is Brazenhead, and it's 900 or something like that too, and you can go there and have a pint.
Yes, and this isn't an uncommon thing in Europe. I mean, I don't know. People might not know this. The second time it was that I appeared on Jim Bob's stream, I mentioned and I brought up. I don't have it. It's upstairs. The commemorative New Testament print of the Serbian Orthodox Church of it was in 2013. It was 1700 years since the Edict of Milan was issued. Right. So the Edict of Milan, for those who do not know, was Emperor Saint Constantine legalized Christianity. And this is a huge, huge thing. And I keep mentioning it to people who want to say that every single thing, it stings while they pee. It was decided that it would sting while they pee at the Council of Nicaea, called by Saint Constantine. That people hate it. This is my personal theory, people, that the demons will not forgive Emperor Constantine for stopping the outright industrial scale slaughter of Christians by the Edict of Milan.
Well, Constantine paganized Christianity. Don't you know that?
Yeah.
Constantine paganized it. Those icons and all that. I was watching you with Jim Bob talking to that K-Ross guy, and it was driving me nuts, dude. I was literally screaming at my phone like, "Oh, Normie
Right.
takes, dude."
But I want to mention why I mentioned that at my second appearance on Jim Bob's channel. It was because it was the city. It is a city very close to my home city, city called Niš, nowadays called Naissus, back in Roman times. It is the birthplace of Emperor Constantine. So it is a yes. My theory is there is no event in history. It doesn't matter how recent, that you cannot attribute to Emperor Constantine and the Council of Nicaea if you're Protestant enough. Right. So the two cities that were very, very keen on celebrating the 1700th anniversary of the Edict of Milan were, of course, his birth city, which was near to me, and of course Milan in Italy. So it is a massive thing that this history is so alive here, and I fear that it is pride that leads people to rejecting so much of history because it's not near to them.
Right. Yeah.
We don't reject things that happen in Jerusalem because they weren't in my home country. But and also it's not that I accept Constantine as an emperor because he was born so close to me. The Balkans are an ancient place. A lot of rivers, a lot of places that a lot of ancient civilizations were built upon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recently saw a picture of the cave that that Christ was born in. I didn't even know they built like a church around that. Have you seen that, Father Ananias?
The Church of
I've
the
been
Holy
there.
Sepulchre.
I've been there.
That's
So
amazing.
it's above where the Holy Sepulchre is. There's like some steps that you take up, and then you can put your hand. They've got like this little thing you can put your hand down into, where like the cave. It's pretty amazing.
Now, Father,
experience.
did you go there on that trip with Glenn Beck?
Israel's our greatest ally. You do know that, right?
It was actually crazy when I went because I'm like, I'm gonna go in with an open mind and stuff like that. There was some radical rabbis from the United States, these kind of Third Temple guys, and right when we landed, because I was with my spiritual father and a group from the church, and some dude drives by and like shoots this guy up. Now he doesn't die, but it kicked off like this huge, like everything kind of went on lockdown, basically.
Right.
And it was like a really crazy kind of experience.
Sounds like Belfast on a Wednesday.
Sort of like Belfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in Belfast, the loyalist neighborhoods fly Israeli flags, and the Republican neighborhoods fly.
Are they
Palestine.
really? You're joking.
Yeah.
You're joking, dude.
No, I'm not kidding.
Father Deacon, you won't you do not have the reference points like in here in Serbia. We have Kosovo, of course, and the Kosovars, as they're called, they fly Israeli flags like there's no tomorrow. Even though
I'm not going to go too far on this because I might get your platform.
Yeah, he hasn't even started his channel yet, and he's already censored by YouTube.
And that's why
I'm like, I went to Israel. It was really interesting.
It was good. It was real good.
I did want to say this. We Serbs had the support of Israel.
Netanyahu?
Yeah. Whenever we get
probably
this chat, like a lot of times we get this thing where, whether we're modding for JD or any chats, people start like spurging out the namems. I send them to St. John Chrysostom's homily. I just link it, and that's all I say. There you go, read that.
I'm just a proud, stunning, and brave human citizen. And
Right.
that's what I'm
Progressive.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say something very progressive. The reason Israel supported us in the 90s, us Serbs, I mean, is because our two opponents were two Muslim groups and one group that maintained, so I'm not saying it's the same, but maintained the same moniker as they did in the Second World War in Croatia. So
I gotta remember that. I'm gonna write that down. That's how I'll get away with stuff.
Yeah.
Remember
I'm going to cover our bases.
write
I'm going to keep
down
this comment on the screen, and then we can say whatever we want.
Excellent point. So all of our disagreements apart, we and Israel can have a shared hatred of a certain so-called Abrahamic faith and a certain movement that arose in Germany in the 30s. So that is something we share.
Everybody, Posh Redneck, he had to go home now. No, I'm just joking.
Y'all need to stop Cajun.
You're
need to
cut
stop
off.
Cajun hate. Stop Cajun hate.
That's right.
If you think you're going to go to get cancelled because you agree with Israel on this, I mean,
No, what's crazy is like in school, I don't know if they're like this in your country, Posh, but in our school, we had like a whole 3-month period of Holocaust education where they literally at one point herded us into a taped up square on the floor and had us all
And they
squished
taped
together.
your eyes like Clockwork
And they played
Orange?
Schindler's List. Yeah, no, they literally they squeezed us all together, and they were like, "This is what it was like to be on the trains going to Auschwitz."
okay.
They made us
Have you
stand there.
heard of the extermination of the Serbian
boy.
Orthodox in Croatia?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, because there are people who cast aspersions around certain events in the 40s.
Yeah.
Right.
We got you.
But pertaining to
we got you.
The 1840s.
We got you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then that leads to the idea that you don't have extermination events.
Right.
Right. But not only did the Serbs. So we mentioned in joking Nikola Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
There are barely any of his relatives alive today. And you have his birth village sort of commemorated, as a sort of tourist destination in Croatia.
That might be a good idea for a stream if you want to come on and do one talking about the Serbian.
I would have to do. You mean in general?
Yeah. Like that whole
thing.
There's
a lot of code.
Yeah.
Yes, we would. I am capable of that, but people think if you get this type of event committed upon your people, you get some type of Talita Dudley says, yes, Posh, I watched a banned early 2000s documentary about the Serbian genocide. Rocked me to my core, broke my heart. People might not have even the faintest idea of what happened there because, the entire whole burnt offering event, their entire point is that they got this power to influence world events as a consequence, right, from the guilt.
Never forget.
Right, never forget. Never forget, never repeat. But we Serbs, not only did we not get any type of points in the geopolitical scheme, it is so completely ignored that we don't even reach the point of the Holodomor or the Armenian genocide. Because one thing people might not know also, it wasn't just an Armenian genocide. There was also a Greek genocide in Anatolia. There was also an Assyrian genocide in the entire Turkish, scheme of things. Perpetuated.
People are bad, okay?
People are bad, okay?
People are bad, okay?
And if you do genocide, you're bad, okay?
Genocides are bad, okay? Right, but
Posh, you bring so many good, like, happy, lighthearted subjects to our New Year's stream.
of course.
I love it, dude. You're just high vibe.
If you're from the Balkans,
I just want to point out that one of y'all earlier said that about the origin story of like each country has like an origin story of, they're the first one. And the flag of Northern Ireland has a 6-pointed star of that place on it.
Really?
Yeah, because they believe that they're the lost tribe of Israel.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that believe that, aren't there?
I've never seen a star on the Irish flag.
Yeah, on the
Father Deacon, have you
on the Ulster flag?
I'm sorry.
What is it called, Henley? Tell me. I'll pull it up.
Hold on, I got it. Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on.
All right. Go on, Posh.
Father Deacon, have you seen my last debate with Adam Green?
Yeah.
On the Crucible.
I was just thinking about the whole time you were talking about this. You mean Rabbi? I call him Rabbi Adam Green.
Yes,
Rabbi
exactly.
Greenberg. Yeah.
But
I'm like, go ahead.
Do you remember the point when I asked him, what's the difference between Israelite and Jew?
Yeah, he does. He didn't even know about the different tribes.
Yeah, they're synonymous.
Right. He said it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a type of illiteracy we're dealing with. We are dealing with
between the northern and the southern tribes, and the Judeo was
right. So he thinks of Jew as and people don't have any idea of what ethnicity means. As if in the old days people had a 23andMe, You know,
Right.
as if they could do DNA searches, and they have no idea. In my first debate about the Bible with him, he said, "Oh yes, there were portions of history, at least, at which you could convert to Israel."
Right.
As if that wasn't always the case, and if it wasn't always the case that you weren't part of Israel if you didn't participate in the religious practices. So they have no idea of what even Aristotle meant by ethnos. It's
Well, that's why a lot of people
so
refuse to debate him, because he's like routinely proven the fact that he's just totally ignorant and totally bad faith. And honestly, like I watched 40 minutes of your debate with him and I shut it off. I was getting so mad, and it's just like you know you're not going to convince him. The best thing.
It's so funny. So the only religion defined in antithesis to Christianity, right? You think that you buy into that Christianity
is their creation,
is part of theirs, right? Where you were just psyoped and believing in one of their tricks, right? So that's why I call him Rabbi Adam Green. I'm like, no, actually, your position would be more along like the Jewish position, right? Because they hate Christianity, right?
Right. So
you fell
sorry,
for it.
Deacon.
They're playing 4D chess, and you fell for it, dude.
Yeah. Well, he
Sorry,
honestly,
Father
I think
Deacon.
he's totally sorry. I think he's totally bad faith. I think his whole position is to make money from this massive crowd of people who they love it if you just name them. Like he's calling out Israel. Everything's an Israeli.
That's the other thing
conspiracy.
too that always shocked me about him. I'm like, why does this guy get away with it?
Right.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. This plays into what I was trying to say. So I don't think he's playing.
I don't think he's playing. I think he got played.
Sure.
But
he got played by the people he's criticizing. He fell for their. What is that? Pull that up.
Bazed.
So, this is
It's Deutschland über alles. But no.
Put your hand on the screen.
So
put your hand on the screen, you'll be healed.
Got some Welch's. Welch's and Wonder Bread.
The red hand is because the legend is that when there were two guys in a boat, and they made a deal that when they spotted land, the first person to touch the land, it would be theirs. So they got close, and one of the guys cut his hand off and threw it onto the shore.
Wow.
So that's where Ulster, the red hand, comes. And it's a 6-pointed star.
Well done. Touche.
Yeah.
I stick with Deutschland über alles. But what I wanted to say was
picture of Reagan. It's weird. Yeah. And here
there's nothing wrong with Reagan, is there?
The fine fellows of Belfast.
Well, I mean, nothing wrong with Reagan except the Bohemian Grove and that sort of thing.
No. That's Russian propaganda. But what I wanted to say was I have to find a way to send it to at least one of you. When the debate was being set up, was Jesus a fraud between me and Adam Green on the Crucible? What Adam sent to Andrew was this video on Odyssey of explicating the position. What I can summarize it as, and I did summarize it as to people, Jim Bob, I was talking to Jim Bob about this, and I said the entire point of him talking about this was he has this idea of the conquering of the world backed up by Gnostics, because he brings up Gnostics the rabbis, the Talmud, the Kabbalah, and all of this tied together with quotes from the Bible about the Gentiles being brought in to worship the God of Israel, because he sees that as this geopolitical statement. Right. So I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's playing a game. I don't think he is.
I just think he's bad faith. I don't think he's absolutely coming into a debate like willing to have his mind changed if he's wrong.
Yes.
Because we've seen him backed into a corner a million times, and he just doubles down.
Did you see my debate with him?
Yeah, first 40 minutes at least. Yeah, until I stopped.
My opening statement.
Yeah.
So my opening statement was applying his method to. I don't know that song. Sorry. My entire approach was trying to parody his approach by calling him a shill.
Right.
By the same method that he uses.
Yeah.
And
everybody's a shill. Everybody's a JS shill.
Y'all talking about Tom Green?
Yeah, Tom Green. Freddie Got Fingered. I love that movie, man.
By the way, Posh, Adam wanted to debate me like a year ago, and you're a better man than I am because I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to debate him because he's just
well, that's because you're not ethnically orthodox, Father Deacon.
That's right.
You lack the graces that I receive by genetics.
Father Deacon, what year?
That's why I hate myself. Oh.
You can repent. The problem with Andrew is that he doesn't repent of his Irishness.
He's unrepentant, yeah.
Father Deacon, you went to what, UCD?
Yeah,
where'd
that's
you,
right.
Where'd you go to see? Yeah. What years were you there?
Let's see. 2004 to 2005, I did my master's, and then 2005 to 2011, I did my PhD.
Dang, you were right down the road.
Are you kidding me?
I was there 2000 to 2002, and then in England for the next 2 years, and then back there 2005 to 2006. Yeah.
Yeah, Henley, tell that story if you're willing to about what was it, Kevin Spacey? I know it's a little off topic, but that's an interesting story about. Are you willing to tell that one?
Yeah, I mean, I went to drama school at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School in England, and while I was there, they made Kevin Spacey the artistic director of the Old Vic in London, which is like our sort of parent, theater.
Yeah,
and there's a photograph that went around, a couple years ago of him with G-Max, like sitting on that throne. But that was like well known at the time. And in fact, I can't really say too much, but it was well known that because people from drama school will often get offers like while you're in school. One of my friends is this actor Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil on TV. And he got a role in an Al Pacino movie while we were in school and left. Anyway, it was like a well-known fact that you got work under Kevin Spacey's tutelage by
favors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was everyone
certain
knew.
Favors, right?
And in fact, the guy who plays Q in like the recent Bond movies he was in drama school at the same time, and he was like the youngest Hamlet in West End London, and everybody knew why.
Right.
And also Colin Farrell, his first role was in this movie Tigerland. But what I was going to say is
that's the story I was talking about. Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, apparently, because I have a friend who knows him. They went to the Gaiety theater school in Dublin together. And but one of my classmates, one of my friends, went for a role, and that person we were just talking about did that to, like, he said that to him.
Right.
And he was like, fuck off. And of course he never worked as a professional actor.
But Colin Farrell, he didn't have that reaction.
But Colin Farrell was in Tigerland
he was like
with a director named Shoal Schumacher let's call him. And that's how he got his role.
So yeah, it's literally the school of Gaiety. You're not even. That's like a double entendre there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just thought it was a crazy story because we saw the recent revelations with Kevin Spacey and this stuff coming to light.
Yeah,
And
like 20
in
years
that
after that happened, yeah.
right, and in those circles, that was a long time ago. And
Yeah.
you said it was well known. People knew.
Everyone knew that.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then it went into the rap industry.
I want to mention something that Rachel brought up in the chat, that Ronald Reagan gave people, who's made by Jim Bob.
That's right. I posted Colin like in the chat, Jim Bob. I know it's late as heck if you're a family man, but it's never too late to get a Jordan Peterson impression. That's what this New Year's stream's been missing. So.
Right, but I would say that Rachel brought up that Ronald Reagan brought in no-fault divorce in the United States. And I don't know, this might be a problem to mention. I don't think it will, because it's a minor point. With Enoch Powell, right? You've probably heard of Enoch Powell. In recent years, he's become sort of vindicated, but in the United Kingdom, he was a Tory MP, Tory being a word for Conservative Party in the United Kingdom. But one thing they have also in common, Enoch Powell and Ronald Reagan, is that they crushed the idea of the
there you go.
Yes. Okay. Of the what are they called? Mental asylums.
Yes.
Right. When they let them all out on the streets, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So Enoch Powell, who was a classicist, right? He was a well-educated man. He can't have the escape route, so to speak, of Ronald Reagan, who was an actor and everything. So there's no excuse for him. But what Enoch Powell did was the same, and also contemporary, which is always a thing to look out for. And this is the Anglosphere, right? It's not just the West. It's a particular segment of the West, which is the Anglosphere, the Anglophone part of the West. So you have the destruction of the mental asylums and the release of the people who are mentally ill.
Yes, you're free. No more nets around you. You're free.
Right.
Have some meth and a hammer.
And can I mention, we as Orthodox, all of us here are Orthodox. We have our idea of mental illness. It is a spiritual thing.
Absolutely. Right. The spirit and the mind and the body are all connected. They're not like individual things. Yeah.
Not just that they're connected. It's a weak. Right. No, I'm not contradicting you.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's too weak to say that they're connected.
Sure.
I'm saying you are not. I'm also saying this recently, emphasizing it at least in Jim Bob streams.
You're not a body with a mind or a body with a soul. You're a body, mind, and soul. That's what we are.
Right. You're not one with the other. You're not something with another thing, and it's like sort of accidental to you.
It's like a Trinitarian nature to ourselves.
Absolutely. The fact
I'm going to write about this, by the way.
Really?
There's been little. Yeah, somebody had asked me to write like kind of an Orthodox notion of like soul, mind, body kind of stuff.
Please do, Father Deacon, because
I wrote my PhD in a lot of like Aristotelian hylomorphism and stuff like that, which is somewhat close to the Orthodox position. It misses a lot of it too, but
yeah, One of my favorite
Yeah.
things that you put out a while ago was the syllogistic argument for immaterial things. That was
The
really good.
immateriality of the intellect.
Yes. That was really good. That's been helpful to me. I actually copy and pasted.
I created that when I was in grad school. Did you know that when I was in Ireland?
No. Yeah, that's really
And then I locked it up in a box, and I'm like, I'm gonna store this away until I become a e-celeb YouTuber.
I just want to interject that I have a signed copy of the American hero Oliver North's autobiography here.
Holy North.
That's right.
Holy North.
An American Dad fan.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Gary.
Happy New Year's.
Happy
Happy New Year's to you guys. Oh, by
Thank
the
you for
way,
calling in.
Oliver North did nothing wrong. He was just trying to help America.
You know what's weird about Oliver North is that the lady who testified, who was his private secretary,
Was a man.
This lady, Fawn something, is the wife of this guy Danny Sugarman, who was Jim Morrison's like protege and biographer.
Oh wow!
Of course.
Yeah.
And if you don't like America, you can just get out.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the debate I did the other night with Warren, but he was telling us that if the CIA is doing all sorts of fuckery at home and abroad, it's only, because we didn't vote correctly. And
Yeah,
if
it
we
was
would
the
just
most
vote
normie
harder, if we would just vote harder, then, they wouldn't be able to bribe and compromise elected officials. We just have to vote in unbribable, uncompromisable officials, and then everything will be dandy.
It's
And
our
he was
fault.
kinda- he-
also they're there to protect us.
Right.
Right.
He was given the argument like, oh, you know how many people would have to be in on it? Like it was the most like
Oh my
naive, like normie take
Even
stuff.
though I completely explained how all of that works, and he was just like, well, I told Andy beforehand, I said he can only take one of two routes, which is either the deep state doesn't exist at all, or it does exist, but that's a good thing, right? Those are the only two options. And he kinda
You know what
tried
it
to do
is?
both.
You know what it is? It's the battered wife syndrome. But I can change him. I swear.
I can fix her. Yeah.
Well, he's a
Fix the CIA. I swear.
he's a corporate lawyer, so
Yeah.
I mean, it was really funny because my favorite part was when I brought up how the Trilateral Commission snuck Kissinger into China, and then it just so happened that only their companies rebuilt the entire Chinese infrastructure for the next 20 or 30 years and made bajillions of dollars off of it. And he was like, well, that's just a really wonderful and happy coincidence for them.
Right. What did he
was
say
like-
when you were
Well, Rachel, I'm very happy for you to have freedom of speech, but that does not give you freedom to spread Russian propaganda.
Oh, right.
By the way, there's an interesting character, Kissinger. That guy is involved in every single scandal, and he's not touched.
Right.
It's for our own
Have you
good.
found? Isn't that weird?
He's just looking out for the American people and defending our democracy.
Well, Mr. President, you have to hide the tapes.
David Rockefeller,
But I
Henry Kissinger.
He's like the
He
poster
never goes down.
Commission.
He's never touched. He's in every scandal.
He's a good guy because he's got the word kissing in his name.
I just wanted to mention that Kissen means pillow in German.
Oh.
So
my pillow.
So he's is Henry Pillower.
I'm the same guy as Governor Ventura, just a little bit higher of
Here
a
in
rank.
Minnesota.
Do you really believe?
Yeah, that was a Mike Lindell impression.
That's great.
Yeah, do it while we're not talking over you. I want to hear that.
Our prime Giza dream sheets. They're made in Minnesota, so you know they're good.
I used to be a crack cocaine addict.
He legitimately he was.
Yeah.
That's where he got his whole idea.
Well, this is
on
America.
crack.
So listen, you can make something of yourself, and you can go from that to having Giza dream sheets. Also, hi, this is Governor Jesse Ventura. I'm calling in. Chris Kyle is a liar. He's a liar.
Do Mike Lindell saying some like Q stuff, like Patriots are in control or something like that.
Trust the plan.
They're in the tunnels. You just got to. They've all got Giza dream sheets. I've got all the documents, and the Kraken is coming. Minnesota.
Well, I asked during the debate. I asked Warren what. I asked Warren what his Stolen Branch discount code was because I need some new sheets.
You just need to add more Minnesota. You need to add more.
They're made in a specific location between the Mediterranean, the Suez Canal, and the Sahara Desert, where they have the highest thread count of any kind of cotton.
Oh, that's so good.
That's getting clipped, man. Where's Jethro?
That's really good.
That
Why
is
do
really
they got to get the cotton from there? Like we have a whole, half of the country where they have cotton.
Because it sounds exotic. It's actually coming from the U.S., but you just say that it's coming from
No,
the U.S. now.
It's coming from. Listen, I don't know who told me this, but it's coming from China. I can't do it, Trump.
China.
Seems like it's so easy.
Have you guys ever had anyone who can do a proper Trump? Because I have not.
Mersh on ROTC can
Mersh
do the
can
best
do it.
Trump. The best,
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So
He can
Rachel,
also
I
do
wanted
it
to ask,
in Europe.
what did Warren say when you told him like you can read it in their own books? I forget what was
He
his
was like,
response to that?
well, why would they just tell you about it then? Why would they put it in books if it's supposed to be secret?
But that's not an argument, like that doesn't disprove like them coming out and saying what they're doing.
Also,
Well,
those
and
books-
I
those
told
books
him,
were
I'm like,
translated.
they wrote the books. They wrote the book. So like, Miles Copeland wrote, and Carol Quigley, they're writing these things for the establishment, for like CIA agents who are going to be trained, for academics, people who
People like
they're
me.
talking to. Yeah, and it's like, and they freaking know that the rest of us aren't going to read. Like, they're not going to read that. I said, do you think that my mom and dad, my boomer dad, who just is like, America's the greatest country, he's literally like, Posh, he's like, you don't love it, leave it. That's my dad.
You like America? You
can get the fuck out. Yeah, and then my mom is like the liberal.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, and my mom's just like, the Republicans want to kill everybody by taking away their Medicare. And I'm like, do you think either of them is going to read Tragedy and Hope ever? Right. Of course they're not. And he was like, well, that's really insulting to your parents.
I mean, that's a big
my job.
The whole political thing, like it can be encapsulated in the certain person from Ukraine who just came to do the speech, where it's like, Mitch McConnell did his little statement and he said, everyone in the country wants to support this action in Europe. Right. And it's like, well, that you ran on like lowering taxes or whatever, but now you want to do the war. And that's just the perfect example. It's just like, it's all,
Yeah. And I went over like the history of propaganda, how every single war we've been in has garnered public support through false propaganda, false narratives that later we always find out are bullshit. And I gave specific examples.
Right.
And he agreed that the examples were correct, but then disagreed that was what got the public support. And I'm like, he really didn't have an argument. He really didn't have an argument. He was just like, I'm unconvinced. And I was like,
you did great. You did a great job.
Incubators. The Iraq.
Yes, I brought up the Nuyira testimony from 1990.
Yeah,
I had a friend who did that. Would always say that I'm not convinced, and my retort was, that sounds like a you problem and not a me problem.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I know that our chat is going to be more friendly to me, and I have the home advantage, but like. I haven't really heard anybody say that he won at all.
the other one they say is the government and everything is incompetent. So there's no way they could possibly do this. And the Manhattan Project is that's just an example of, that's something else.
Yes. And NASA is something else. All these things are something else. MK Ultra is something else. I'm like,
the entire intelligence apparatus is built around doing this, but never mind.
He actually tried to go with the whole, well, yeah, in the 50s and 60s, the CIA was really bad, but now they're good. They've changed. And I was like,
they're reformed.
Yeah.
Posh, are you getting ready to sing us a little ditty?
Yes, I am.
Let's
What
hear it.
time is it there, Posh? How long have you been awake?
Posh could do a good job.
I've been awake for longer than I should have.
Longer
been
than he's been alive.
Play a little ditty about Jack and Diane doing the best.
No, do Johnny Cash. You'll do a great. Bound by one desire, I went down in a ring of fire.
I'm bound by one desire. I fell into a ring of fire.
Oh Lord.
I fell into I did prepare a song from
Hey Jerry, did you check your Instagram?
No, let me check.
I sent you something on there.
I will finish drinking my beer.
Yeah, let's sing all day.
Before I sing.
Guys, I just realized the time your deacon has to do liturgy and prayers for the people tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up too late, and I'm old and Matlock's on.
Matlock. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. It was really great to have you.
I just did a Matlock stream.
I hope we can do a stream together sometime soon.
Absolutely.
And God bless you.
All of you guys, and
Thank
thank
you,
you for your
Father
prayers
Deacon.
and love. Yeah, take
God
care,
bless.
guys. God bless.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Father Deacon.
Happy New Year.
All right, Rachel, I pulled up the video you sent me. You want me to play this?
Yes,
All right.
Posh already
Yes,
knows.
do. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's.
And I'm very sorry I can't full screen this. For some reason, it won't let me full screen it. It's negative 2 points more, Posh. You're at negative 4.
I don't care.
Oh,
It's
did you
fully
guys
on.
catch that?
Yeah,
Because-
yeah.
Oh my God, when he was reading that, as I know what his brain was doing, and my brain did the exact same thing at the
Right.
exact same time, and I almost died laughing.
I just want to say, so the entire me reading the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, so that was a meme, and it developed on as it started in the second Christmas special on the Crucible, and then reached maturity, whatever one would call it, in the third part. I've never read that.
I was gonna say that.
So when me reading that was a genuine reaction, because I've never read it. It's not something we would read in Serbia, you know.
It's just I've heard that read 1,000 times, but not until when you read it that time did my brain fill in a different word than whose, and it was just like I just died, because I was like, was Dr. Seuss like some kind of raging anti-Semite who wrote this whole story like
He was
just
some
to
kind
make
of
a point?
Oh, really? Tell us about it.
I mean, yeah, I know that. What's the other guy's name? The sidewalk, where the sidewalk ends. What's that guy's
Shel
name?
Silverstein.
Yeah, that guy was like a big time guy at the Hugh Hefner mansion.
Oh yeah.
But Dr. Seuss, I don't know about Dr. Seuss. It's just, even when I was little, I thought this guy is a perv. I don't like it's weird. I don't like nonsense rhymes like that.
I've never liked Dr. Seuss ever, but it was just hilarious to listen to Posh. Yeah, the Who did 9/11.
7-Eleven was a part-time job. Yeah.
Right. So it was so funny to me, hating the Who's, right? So and Rachel did the reason we have the clip is because she clipped it. So
I clipped it immediately. Like I went back and just clipped it like right after it happened, because I was sitting at the table like wrapping Christmas presents or something, and all my girls were home, and I had my earbuds in listening, and I just like burst out absurdly loudly laughing, like falling out of my chair, and they were just all staring at me like, what the hell is wrong with mom? And I was like, it's so funny. You just have to hear it.
Right.
So I backed it up and recorded
An additional bit of background is because someone was willing to pay $100 for me to read the entire book or booklet. I don't know if book is the appropriate word for it. So Andrew said if someone pays $100, he will convince me. He didn't use the word convince. He used a more forceful word. But he would get me to read it, and someone did pay, and so I did read it. And again, it was maybe it's something strange to people who are Americans, that I have absolutely no connection. I know who the Grinch is, as in the green guy.
It's Jim Carrey, right? Everybody knows Grinch. That's Jim Carrey.
I don't even know him as Jim Carrey.
You're better off not knowing who he is.
I know who Jim Carrey is, but it's not someone I would associate with the Grinch. I just know the Grinch is this green fellow who ruins Christmas, right? Because you can't escape the American media or whatever it was. That so reading that was so funny, and you can't even make the full connection to it because the entire point is celebrating Christmas. So
Jim Carrey turned into Terrence McKenna, which is weird.
Yeah, we're all stardust, bro.
Yeah, we're tetrahedrons dancing on the plane of existence, or whatever.
No. Jim Carrey is probably worse. I would argue.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Everybody, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. So if you want to send in last minute super chats, we're gonna read them live. So everybody, send in all your gold watches, as we normally say, all the gold watches, all the gold coins.
Put them in the big old metallurgy.
That's right.
You got to show Pat. You got to show Randy balls before we go.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass the balls.
Sure. All right.
Andy says that now every time. Like when I'm like, "Hey, we have church tomorrow," he goes, "Church."
Yes. All right. Here we go.
Yes. Classic.
This is all time.
Do you attend boring Baptist church? Are you not getting spiritually fed where you are? Then come on down to Circus of Power Mega Church.
Circus of Power.
Hey, yo. This is it's my honor to invite y'all to church. Don't y'all get it? Don't y'all get it? Church. It's called church. There's a DJ. Get it? Hey, y'all, this is Pastor Randy. It's a windy time out here at Arcade Church. This is my church. I'm Pastor Randy. Woo! Check out that building. It's our arcade. Don't worry about what you're wearing, because I do it.
I just wanted to say, just so the chat is aware, that's the source audio that's doing that. That's supposed to be in the video, that noise.
Hey, it's gonna be fun. We got church. At Circus of Power, we got our own in-house version of Pixar. We got a version of everything out there in the world for you and your family. Look at these guys. They're so cool in my book. What do you think? Not into that kid stuff? Don't worry, we got a whole ministry just for teens, especially teens dealing with addiction. I call it Teen Steam. If you're dealing with spandex, bagger short addictions, don't worry, we got a whole dance troupe to help you out. Not only that, Our church is the only one in the Tri-County area with a blockbuster attached to the sanctuary. Let's go rent a flag, babe. Not enough ministry for you? We've also got a ministry to hobos. Not just hobos, but we use mimes and dogs to counsel gangs. All together, we recruit the hobos to help counsel the gang members. Church! Not only do we teach families skills like access and dark web, but also old people how to distinguish between a mouse and a mouse. Church! We're also the only church in the Tri-County area with a theme park based around Michael Jackson's Never Neverland. Don't be like a typical service. Why just exit the church into the pool? We've got a water slide that takes you directly from the sanctuary to the filth pool out back. I'm not even done. We also have a puppet ministry that raps. You like them cool beats? I know I do. On top of that, we got a flying Howie Mandel, as well as a bunch of goop. Look at all that goop, man. Ain't it crazy? Every sermon is a monster truck rally. And not only that, I'll preach every sermon inside of Soul Crusher. Soul Crusher, Soul Crusher, Soul Crusher. We also have our own Christian movie production company with the latest titles streaming right to you. Church! Come on down right now to Circus of Power Mega Church, and not only do you get all these bonuses, you can visit our Pizza Warehouse Buffet Strip Club. Come meet my co-pastor, Guy Ferry. Church!
If you like this analysis, be sure to click subscribe and give me a thumbs up down below. Also, be sure to check out Jay's analysis and definitely click the bell down below to be sure you get the updates.
So that is a classic JD video from 2019. That's from the Florida days.
Yeah.
And like he had that nice camera and all that. And like it's funny because we make the inside joke all the time, but I bet like a lot of people haven't seen that video.
Yeah, very true.
He made like a whole like spate of like amazing videos all in one. Like he did that, and he did the Ty Lopez video, the Perry Katie video,
Terrence McKenna, the mushroom, that was great.
Yeah.
Science is cool.
Deuce Juicer video.
Yeah. Oh man, dude.
Did he take those down?
No. They're still up.
Oh, they're still up? Okay.
Yeah. Those videos are cool because you know what people say about like, you know, they'll find like a band and they'll be like, you know, your music got me through but I got to say, like, when those things happened, like, you know, everybody's got a life to live or whatever. But I watched those were, you know, funny, good videos for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so people should go back and check those out. Jay's analysis.
Absolutely.
Analysis.com.
Dude, well, I think we gave SLOWBOY Whiteboard quite the work to do now. We got probably like 10 different segments of this stream that are clippable that she's going to need to upload to EPL Clips. Everybody go subscribe to EPL Clips. Our new Clips channel's only got like 30 subscribers, so
I got a sub to
that. Having a good time because this is great, and we're banging into the new year here, 2023. Yeah. Please think about support. Thank you to everybody who supported. Please think about sending in your super chats or PayPal or whatever straight into Jerry because we're going to split it, and we really could use your support at the beginning of this new year. So shouts out to everybody out there. Love y'all.
And thank you to everybody who has supported in the past. It really means a lot to us. You know, we're small channels, you know, but we really enjoy doing this, and it's been a lot of fun. That's right, John Adams. SLOWBOY Mafia, rise up. We got it's the battle between the slow boys and the fast boys. Slow boys being me, and the fast boys being everybody else in this panel right now.
Please, you know, shameless plug here. Please go to my channel at Bazed Lit Analyzer and subscribe to me. Watch my videos. And thank you to Jerry for having me on here. And also Posh Redneck for being the wise RP, received pronunciation, perfect accented British amazing voice here of wisdom.
Yeah, for real, you
And-
added a lot to the show tonight. So really, I'm very grateful that you came on.
And also to our Based Homeschool mama, the
Mhm.
queen of the internet, who's about to start her own channel, and that's going to be awesome. It's going to blow up because she
buy
is
her book.
high IQ, excellent content, and has been on many channels before, including this one at Exposing Powerful Lies. And I can't wait till we can be a guest on your show.
Yay, I can't wait for that either. And it's like, it's one of those weird things where, you know, if you either come across something random in your research that's unrelated to what you're actually looking at, or like some weird thing that you haven't thought of in a decade or two comes up, and then suddenly it's everywhere. Ever since I told you guys I wanted to do the Team America review,
right?
That's all I see is like references to it and things that are relevant to it. And yeah, it's just weird. So I think that like that just has to happen now, but it'll be fun. There's a lot of stuff because I'm only ever on other people's channels. And then like I tweet a lot, and that's a really short form media. And it's like, I'll finally get a chance to kind of talk about things where it takes a lot longer to explain. You can't just do it in little sound bits, you know.
Follow Rachel on Twitter. I got rid of my Twitter.
And on Substack as well. She does really good articles over there on Substack. So be sure to follow her over there.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do some like research deep dive streams where like I take everybody with me and we research some shit and find out some crazy stuff.
All right.
Connect some dots and stuff.
Also, we're still going to do the craft analysis with Coteasy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
I see the sun rising behind Posh right now. I feel so bad giving up.
Yeah,
Posh,
that's
you want to play us the
awful.
song? You want to play us a song before you go to bed? Up to you.
Yes,
Let's wrap up the string with,
Rain and Blood, Slayer.
Yeah, guys, I actually have to go, but before I go, I want to say thank you so much to all three of you because it's been such a wonderful thing for me to get to know all three of you guys. You're like all like real friends and very cool people, very valuable, fun people to have in my life. So thank you so much. And everybody in the chat too. We have the best community. Like it's been a great, wild, crazy, difficult, but awesome year. But the best thing about it is all the cool people that I've met. So
for sure.
Thank you
Love
all.
you, Rachel.
I love you guys.
Happy New Year.
Love you.
Happy New Year to you.
Peace.
Happy New Year.
All right. I'm going to mute myself so I can be serenaded by Posh's sleep-deprived singing. Let's do it.
Right. So forgive me. It's past 7 a.m. here. But I've chosen this. I'm not making excuses, so forgive my. Oh goodness! I can see the bridge outside of Posh's window. San Francisco. Right. So I promised the song "God Bless Robert E. Lee." And that is what the people are going to get, to the best of my abilities, which have been, lessened by now. Well, the mansion where the general used to live is burning down. The cotton fields are blue with Sherman's troops. I overheard the Yankees say yesterday Nashville fell. I'm on my way to join the fight. General Lee might need my help. So look away, Dixie. I don't want them to see what they're doing to my Dixie. God bless Robert E. Lee. Sherman's troops burned Atlanta, and the flames lit up the sky. And those of us who survived it are watching my Dixie die. But today, and Appomattox generally sent down and surrendered to the Yankees, and Ulysses as grand. But look away, Dixie. I don't want them to see what they're doing to my Dixie. God bless Robert E. Lee. I can't scroll past this.
Hell yeah, dude. That was great. That was beautiful. Excellent job.
Bravo.
Always. What a great way to end the stream. Thank you so much.
Quick trivia. What did the S stand for in Ulysses S. Grant?
Satan.
It stood for nothing. It was made up.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't have a middle name. It was to make him sound more distinguished.
I think Satan works much better.
Thank you both so much, and thank you to everybody who's joined us on this New Year's Eve stream. It was a lot of fun, and to everybody out there after the video is done and over, you're watching in the future. God bless all of you, and yeah, we'll be seeing a lot more of y'all, and hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of us. So, anybody have any last words they want to get in before we wrap up?
Go ahead, Posh.
In light of the last couple of streams, don't get slapped in the penis.
Wise words.
I know this might sound strange to people, and it was strange to me.
Yes.
But,
Martin Luther King.
But we were debating Sola Scriptura, and apparently, go to Jim Bob's channel and figure out why I said what I said.
That's
so
right.
thank you so much. I'm leaving. It's way past what I should be awake for.
Yes. Get some sleep, and God bless you so much. And I hope to have you back.
And
on the
Happy
show
New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been digging. I've been digging Jim Bob's channel a lot lately. I've been going back and watching a lot of the streams he's done. He's been doing really good streams, and I've been dying laughing from them. They're so funny. So everybody go subscribe to Made by Jim Bob, and Henley, take it away.
Jim Bob's tunes are amazing. Also. And his Ayn Rand is my favorite. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much, man, for having me on here. This was great. I'm so glad I got to ring in the new year with y'all. Please go to my channel, Bazed Lit Analyzer. We're gonna be working hard and doing stuff. A lot of material. I went to 6 different bookstores when I was down south. Drove 1,000 miles yesterday, so we're getting prepared. And I got 2 sponsored streams coming up. If you want to sponsor a stream for Jerry, drop him $100. His time is worth that.
That's right. Nobody sponsoring streams for me too much. I've gotten 2 so far. So please, everybody, sponsor a stream. I would love to do it. Any movie, any book, any CD, any topic you want to send me down some spicy rabbit holes, whatever, anything. I'll cover anything.
Nice.
So,
and if you want to sponsor a stream with me, you can hit one of those donation links on the channel. Go to the About page or any video and click down. Give me some ideas for books. Drop me some fat chats because y'all. It's the new year, but we need your support. So please, if you can, think about donating to us. We love y'all. And shouts out again to everybody who's helped us, both of us this year. Shouts out to JD, Jay Dyer, Jay's Analysis, to Jamie, to Tristan Haggard, Primal Edge Health. Shouts out to our homeboy, David Patrick Harriet, Church of the Eternal Logos. Shouts out to all of our friends, all of our mods, everybody out there who supported us, our friends, our family, IRL. And we got big things coming for this year, and it's going to be a great year, y'all. It's got to be better than the last one.
It's got to be.
Only got to be getting better. We got to keep moving.
Look who rolled in at the last minute amid the ruins.
Dang, dude.
Good to see you, bro.
An actual king.
All right.
Amid the Ruins. Love you.
New Amid the Ruins album coming out soon, so everybody look forward to that one. And yeah, shout out to all our homies, like BLA just said, and looking forward to this new year. And it's gonna be even better than the last one. And may everybody have a blessed new year. And everybody go to liturgy tomorrow. Come on now, get to church. Church, get to church. But yeah, shit, that's pretty much all I got, man.
Yep, that's all we got. We covered some good stuff. We had some good convo.
Had some laughs, had some spicy takes, had some good guests. Father Deacon Ananias, Posh, Andy, Rachel, a bunch of people, and yeah. So as always, y'all, we will see you on the next one. And until then, peace.
Peace.